Good evening and welcome to the Raw Feed. I'm Gary Franchi, and tonight we're bringing you a show that will shock you to your core. But first, a message to our viewers watching on all platforms. If you're just joining us on YouTube, Rumble, or X, you're part of a worldwide audience of millions who refuse to be silenced. And speaking of silence, that's exactly what the mainstream media is trying to enforce right now. But we're breaking through their algorithm. So grab your phone and text this stream to 5 friends who need to hear the truth. Let them know the Raw Feed is live. Let me tell you something. Tonight's show's different. We're not just broadcasting news. We are creating a movement. Our live chat is lighting up already, and yes, we see you patriots there. For those sending super chats and rumble rants, know that this is your message. It will be featured on the screen between segments. The world is here for your voice. And for our channel members, your special badges are shining tonight. Haven't you joined yet? Well, hit that membership button for exclusive perks and special acknowledgement in the chat. Now let's talk about what's happening right now. In exactly 10 days, Donald Trump will make the historic reclamation of the White House. But tonight, California is literally burning to the ground. Not because of climate change, but because of something far more sinister. Democrat incompetence. We've got exclusive footage that will make your blood boil. But that is just the beginning. We're going to take you inside Jimmy Carter's funeral, where the political elite just showed their true colors. Wait till you see what happened between Trump and Obama. A conversation that could change everything. And speaking of change, we've got explosive revelations about a GOP leader's betrayal. It'll make you question everything you thought you knew about the Republican establishment. And here's something they don't want you to know about Trump's game-changing meeting at Mar-a-Lago. The pieces are falling into place, and the left is terrified. We've got the inside scoop the mainstream media will not touch. Now, patriots, let me be clear, keeping the show on the air, bringing you the truth they don't want you to hide, that they want to hide isn't easy. The powers that be would love nothing more than to shut us down. That's why we need your support. Check the description for ways to donate and keep this fight going. And while you're there, hit that merch shop, shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. Our exclusive limited edition Mag Avengers collection has dropped, and it's flying off the shelves. Remember, between segments, we'll be featuring your super chats. They get priority treatment here on the Raw Feed. Your voice matters, and we want the world to hear it. And for our channel members, your support doesn't go unnoticed. Each membership tier comes with its own special perks and direct access to the Next News team. So buckle up, patriots. Tonight's show is going to be a wild ride from California's inferno to Trump's master plan, from funeral drama to GOP betrayal. We are covering it all, and we're doing it live, uncensored, and unafraid. Stay with us. The Raw Feed starts now, and let's welcome you to the show. Sharon Nicholson in Sydney, Australia. What's up, Sydney? Heather Reeve is here. Mary McElvin is here. Going to make a sandwich. Make me one too, would you? Artie is here. And we've got Jeanette Johnson in Kansas. James Snowden. What's up from my 2 kids and I? Good to see you, James. Dave Wallenberg and Rebecca Batts is here. And Morgan Edwards. 100% in support of President Trump. Who else is in the house? Refresh. Let's go. Come on, baby. Who's here? Come on. Okay. Sure you. What's up? Tony Capone. Tyson is here. Gen X in Ohio. Kit Kat's here. And we have Tyson Curie and Mountain Skies and Doug Hoggett in Utah. Stephanie O'Neill is here in Huntington Park, California. And who else? We got Jane in Ohio and Gardening Warrior. Yeah. You can't put out fires without water, right? Maria is here. Who else? We got Adolf Hans and Kev Chat and Jeremy Olson and Scott Edwards in Kissimmee, Florida. Yeah, next week I will be in Florida. Yeah, I will. Maybe you'll find me. Serengeti is here. Eye of State. Bobby Riesling. Yeah, I'll be in Orlando. That's where I'll be. Pothead Candy, what's up? William Ging, Dave Wallenberg, Rebecca from out west is here. Resto Guy. Stephen Antosh, Rick Martinez, South Dakota. Captain 76, Save My Republic. Shane Fontenot in Louisiana. Susan is here. Emmendorfer, what's up, Susan? Kat in Canada, out west. Clear Vlerp is here. That's disgusting. That is just disgusting. Really? Is that really? Clear Vlerp. Oh, man. Free Truth Show, what's up? Sophie and American Nana and Carthaginian in Dallas. Okay. Who else? Marianne 716. Eva is here and fit like a puzzle. I have State is here as well. Who else? Mean like a Wolverine. Sacramento. What's up, Sacramento? We've also got those voyages in. Greetings from Quincy. What's up, Quincy, Mass, in the house. We've got Daniel B, RB, Grandma Randall, Lucy Ball, Great Canadian Dog is here. Ooh, who else needs a shout out? Pastor Carl E. and Cisco and Jennifer in the free state of Florida. Love it. We got Steve Perrone and Granola Grin, No Mandates, Not a Fed, Robert O'Keefe in the house, Dr. Bob, Bobby Riesling, Christy Billingsley, Deborah Myers, Velvet and Lace 60. What's up, Velvet? K. Slay. Go Bucks. Clear Verb. Oh, man, there he is again. Oh, my goodness. Gretchen is here. Gretchen Look. Struck by Lightning. Snowy Kentucky. Pothead Kenny. We got Wyatt Earp in the house. Jane Drews and Arm W. And Brian is yawning in my ear. He must be getting really, really tired. Maybe, Brian, do you want to are you able to make an appearance, Brian? Do you want to make an appearance? Can Brian make an appearance? Where are you, Brian? People don't believe you're real. Brian's actually AI generated. There he is. There's Brian. AI generated Brian. Yeah, sneak peek behind the curtain. I guess you guys never thought you'd see that, right? What's up, Rob Gray? We got Gina. We got Vicky Lindsay, Matt and Missy, unexampled art, Rebecca Betts, Catherine Cooper, John Porton. The gang's all here. Okay, guys, listen. We got work to do. All right? We got work to do. I didn't have a show yesterday. We got a lot of catching up to do. I hate not doing a show. I feel like I'm playing hooky. I get so guilty. I feel so guilty every time I don't do a show. Truth is, there was a lot happening yesterday, and it was difficult for me to coalesce everything into one cohesive show. So I waited for more of the dust to settle to bring you the news tonight on this Friday night episode of the Raw Feed. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Sabrina Poe, welcome to Operative Level. Wait, was there something else going on here? Wait, you know how it is. Whoa, what the heck just happened? Deborah Myers just gifted like 5 memberships. Deborah, whoa. And Sabrina, what's up, Sabrina? New member. Brian, applause line. Applause line. Okay, enough of that. All right, let's get to the work that needs to be done here. Get my prompter lined up. Get my intro ready to go. Are you ready to go? I know you are. All right, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, what's happening in Los Angeles right now isn't just a tragedy. It's a crime against the American people. Fire hydrants running dry, neighborhoods reduced to ash, and where is the leadership? Well, nowhere to be found. Instead, we have Gavin Newsom calling for censorship of misinformation while citizens are forced to tackle arsonists themselves. The fire chief in tears admitted the city failed her department. Why? Because Mayor Karen Bass slashed $17 million from the fire budget while preaching about climate change. This isn't incompetent, folks. This is deliberate destruction of an American city. You know what's burning faster than California right now? The value of your dollars in this Biden economy. Well, Gavin Newsom watches Los Angeles burn without water in the hydrants. Your retirement savings are going up in smoke as well. But there's a solution. Our ancestors knew it very well. It's called gold. Every central bank in the world is stockpiling it, and maybe you should too. Call Global Gold Investments now at 888-700-4148 and get their 2025 Protect Your Wealth and Retirement Guide absolutely free. Mention Next News for complimentary portfolio analysis. Don't let your savings burn. Call 888-700-4148 or visit the link in the description, IRAGoldproof.com. Okay, lots to unpack because California is burning. It is still smoldering. 2 hours ago, this is the current scene at San Vicente and Ocean Avenue in Santa Monica. Right now, National Guard has arrived. They've begun helping local law enforcement with traffic control and helping evaluate locals. The area is under an evacuation order 3. So the National Guard is now finally on scene. I mean, what the hell took so long? I mean, where is Gavin Newsom? You think with all those fires burning, he would have called him right away. But I guess he was too busy battling climate change. Here is the hard truth. Here's Kayleigh McEnany, the former White House press secretary, now on Fox. She says progressive leadership has failed during times of crisis. Always. Yeah, seems to be a
fire
trend.
Hydrants. And at this point, how can you trust the government? I mean, we've learned the modus operandi of Democrats. And what is that? It's divert responsibility and point to shiny objects. And divert responsibility, Gavin Newsom was asked by Anderson Cooper 2 days ago, why are the fire hydrants running dry? He said, oh, ask a local official. Could you imagine DeSantis doing that during a hurricane? No, he stepped in, fixed the Pine Island Bridge in 3 days. Gavin Newsom just points to local officials. Then he puts out a letter just moments ago, and the letter says, I'm demanding answers on the water. You're the leader of California. You are the chief executive. And then he goes on with Biden and talks about misinformation. This blew my mind because I remembered the Washington Post story that came out a week ago. Do you want to know Biden's biggest regret? Not Afghanistan, not inflation, not all of his failures. It's not combating misinformation. It's the same line they used after Hurricane Helene when he sat there with Kamala Harris after their failed response, and he said misinformation, disinformation. That's the playbook. Say misinformation when the hard truth is this. You may have a playbook. The hard truth, progressive leadership fails during times of crisis. East Palestine, Hurricane Helene, this wildfire. And
unbelievable. But thankfully, that's all about to change. Nick Sortor just posting this. The Pacific Palisades Reservoir was empty and offline when the firestorm exploded, according to the LA Times. This is criminal, he says. The reservoir holds 117 million gallons of water and would have given firefighters ample pressure to effectively fight the blaze. Look at this. Here is a picture of the empty reservoir. I mean, what the hell were they thinking? And here, above here, look at this. This is drone footage. Drone footage of the devastation. It is so sad to witness this. California Governor Gavin Newsom calling for censorship of misinformation on the LA fires. He wants censorship because he's directly responsible. Here's more drone footage of the Pacific Palisades fire destruction. This is the result of Gavin Newsom, and he should resign. Look at this footage. It is devastating. I mean, it's like a bomb went off, like a nuclear bomb went off in California. It's disgusting. Here's the LA fire chief openly acknowledging that the city of Los Angeles failed both her and her department. She's about to break down in tears. Watch.
Justifiable. Did the city of Los Angeles fail you and your department and our city? It's my job to stand up as a chief and exactly say justifiably what the fire department needs to operate to meet the demands of the community.
Did they fail you?
That is our job, and I tell you, that's why I'm here. So let's get us what we need so our firefighters can do their jobs.
Did they fail you?
Yes.
Oh.
Did the city of Los Angeles fail you and your department?
Did the city of Los Angeles fail you? You know where this is going, right, folks? Now the finger pointing begins. So you have the fire chief, who is a champion of DEI, right? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. She's now pointing fingers at the city of Los Angeles. Oh, where's the city of Los Angeles? Who's the top of the city of Los Angeles? The mayor. Oh, and Gavin Newsom's pointing fingers. Everyone's starting to point fingers. The blame game begins. Nobody wants to take responsibility. Where does the buck stop? We took a poll on the YouTube channel, and we asked everybody, what do you think? Who's responsible? Is it Newsom? Is it Biden? Is it the chief? Is it the mayor? And overwhelmingly, everybody said it was Newsom's fault. But the comments, well, you can read the comments. Everyone's like, all of the above. There's no option for all the above. So they should all resign in shame. This is Gavin Newsom's post of 4 hours ago. I'm calling for an independent investigation into the loss of water pressure to local fire hydrants and the reported unavailability of water supplies. We need answers to ensure this does not happen again. And we have every resource available. Dude, just do not pass go. Just report directly to prison. Gavin Newsom. I'm calling for an investigation. What are you going to investigate? Come on. You're just as much to blame, dude. Don't even try. Oh, and then I got this. Now, a friend of mine who lives out in California, he's been texting me. He's like, hey, I'm going to go check out this homeless encampment. Gary, he's like, you need to see this. They're not homeless people there. These are all migrants. So he went in and he got these, look at these pictures. They got like, look at that golf cart. Look at this golf cart. Look at this golf cart. This is like some pro stuff that they are transporting these migrants around in. They're not homeless people. Okay. Now what he tells me is that this is all paid for by Gavin Newsom. So as the fires are raging right now in Los Angeles, 300,000 Californians are left homeless. Gavin Newsom is funneling taxpayer money into massive tent cities, not for the homeless, but for migrants. This is the shocking footage from Balboa Park. Shows organized operations with electric carts shuttling migrants in and out. But look at the size of these camps. I mean, this is an enormous. Look at 2 tiers. 2 tiers of tents. No, those are not for Californians. No, those aren't for people displaced from these fires. These are from people who cross the border illegally. And here's something interesting. See, this fire is starting to wake up the left to no end. They are starting to recognize the destruction of the destructive manners that DEI poses. I got some video from Adam Carolla. He's been going viral. We're going to show you that in a little bit. But here is Whitney Cummings. All right. Now, I'm not big in the entertainment industry. I don't know like who all these people are, whatever. I think she's a comedian or something. But Eric Matheny says even those in the entertainment industry are starting to get it. Listen to this.
Men are so offensive.
This is scorching.
All right, like everyone, I'm trying to figure out how this happened in California so that I don't say something that's inaccurate. I came across a video of the fire chief, a lesbian. Love it, great. Fan of lesbians, try to be one, didn't take. I don't think I'm a lesbian, I live in Los Angeles and the men are so effeminate that honestly at this point, dating a woman is like the straightest thing you can do. So anyway, talking about recruiting more lesbians into the LAFD to be firefighters. I think lesbians can be firefighters. Dope, fine. I'm not thinking about your genitals or your preferences when I need a hero, right? But is that not like, why is it okay? That'd be like a gay man being like, we need more gay men in here. That'd be like me going, we need more hot guys in here to be firefighters. That would be like a dude being like, we just need more hot blondes. That's what we need. And I will not stop until there are more people that I'm attracted to or that are in my dating pool. Like, isn't that essentially just recruiting people in your dating pool to work at your office? Wait, all the people in charge of LA's fire response are lesbians named Kristen? I do not recall voting on a prop that said we could recruit our fire team off Grindr. What? All right, like everyone, I'm trying to figure out how this happening.
They are starting to wake up finally to the destructive policies. Here is the chief, Kristen Crowley, chief of the LA Fire Department. She gave an emotional interview, Fox Live, admitting the city of Los Angeles failed her department. And here's a stunning moment. Colin Rugg posted this about 11 hours ago. You may have seen it. But this is the moment that the citizen's arrest occurred, and they'd use a leg takedown technique. Apparently, this guy was riding around on a bicycle with some kind of a torch, and he was setting fires. They used, allegedly setting fires. One witness said the man used zip ties and rope to detain the arsonist suspect. Yeah, so he started the West Hill fires because that was a parking lot thing to come over here and light up the area. So I got another note from my friend in California. He said that most of these fires are starting at trailheads. And that would indicate all of these fires are related to arson. Is it a coordinated effort? I don't know. Is someone saying, hey, go to all the trailheads and start fires? Take advantage of this windstorm? I don't know. But I got some interesting information related to that. Okay, so more on the guy who was apprehended. Homeless man with a blowtorch in L.A., tackled and zip-tied by furious locals as cops confirm latest wildfire is arson. Locals claim the man was riding a bicycle around the Woodland Hills neighborhood on Thursday, carrying a large propane tank and a flamethrower. And, of course, you have Gavin Newsom out there doing his photo ops. Yeah, I'm out here watching everything burn. Michael Schellenberger, instead of addressing the fire catastrophe destroying Los Angeles, top Democrat lawmakers in California, you ready for this? Have been meeting to discuss how to sue the Trump administration. That's their top priority right now. Ashley Zavala, new. California lawmakers in the Assembly have gavelled into a special legislative session to help the state prepare for legal battles with the upcoming Trump administration. Now here, okay, related to the coordinated effort, who knows if this is a coordinated attack or a coordinated campaign to burn down all these cities. But Carol Mack posted this 2 days ago, and it got on my radar just late last night. And I didn't know this. She says there's an initiative on the books called Smart LA 2028. Its goal is to transform Los Angeles into a highly digitally connected city by 2028. And also coinciding with the 2028 Olympics. Did you know that? It was done to coincide with that. There is a site of major sporting events to be held where the upgrades and changes need to occur, Pacific Palisades. One of the initiative goals to mitigate urban challenges, expand fiber optics, integrate various smart technologies. So, I'm not saying that is what is going on here, but, you got to ask the questions. Are they trying to wipe out entire cities so they can make way for their new digital 15-minute city? Is that what's happening here? To please everyone in the Olympics committee? Adam Carolla went on with Megyn Kelly. She says that those affected by the LA wildfires, you asked for it by voting Democrat. Buckle up.
This is Gavin Newsom, got recalled essentially, and he still won. We had a choice between Rick Caruso, a sort of qualified, able-bodied businessman for mayor. We ended up with Karen Bass. We sort of get what we deserve. And I do want to say to all the people in Malibu, very blue, Palisades, very blue, Santa Monica, very blue. You guys like all this. This is who you voted for these people. You're sitting around right now going, how come the fire hydrants don't work? Where's the mayor? Why is she out of the country? What's going on with the aqueducts? You voted for these people. This is who you voted for. You live in Santa Monica. You live in these places. This is how you roll. This is what you agree with. You think it's more important to have a woman of color versus a qualified person? You think it's more important to have a lesbian running the fire department than a qualified person? Well, you asked for it. You got it. Now your house is on fire. Gavin Newsom.
But there's another clip we played the other night at the end of our raw feed. Adam Carolla goes absolutely ballistic. Maybe we'll play that in a moment. We got some more to get to here. Here's some more visuals of the man with the propane and the flamethrower. We've got this. Okay, this was posted as well. I showed this to Angie. We were talking about these wildfires and, the mismanagement of the forest. Check this out. This guy here, I don't know what his name is. Wrangler, excuse me.
Beloved, do you want to know why the West is on fire?
Wrangler Stairview. Listen to this. Listen to this short clip. Watch what he shows us. This is the mismanagement of the forest that caused all this stuff.
Beloved, do you want to know why the West is on fire and why these forest fires are out of control?
Watch this.
Let me show you. This is our national forest. This
tinderbox
is how they manage it. What do you think is going to happen to these trees, to this forest, if a fire starts in here? Could you walk through there? If you wanted to create an environment for fire to thrive, you couldn't do better. We've got all the money in the world to send bombs to go over and kill people that have never done anything to us. But here back at home, we can't lift a finger. But you bet we're paying them. You bet we're paying them. Beloved,
how crazy is that, right? That's the reality. That is California. Donald Trump's been warning about it. He confronted Gavin Newsom directly to his face. I think I got that clip here. Let's see if we can find it. I know I've got it. Give me 1 second. Actually, let's play. Okay, here's President Biden. He's announcing the federal government will be covering 100% of the costs for 180 days.
Legislation. And this morning, due to the magnitude of the disaster, I was talking with the governor, and he requested if I could increase the federal funding that was authorized under this legislation from 75% to 90%. We're increasing it to 100% of all the costs to be covered by the federal government for both the fire management assistance grants and the elements of what they call the disaster declaration. So today I'm announcing that the federal government will cover 100% of the cost for 180 days. This is going to pay for things like debris and hazard material removal, temporary shelters, first responders' salaries, and all necessary measures to protect life and property. And folks, I want to underscore, I told the governor and local officials, spare no expense to do what they need to do and contain these fires and in their communities that have really been devastated.
Yeah. What about the people of North Carolina, huh? Check this out. Okay, just the other day, it was yesterday, they had a press conference, and this reporter asked the mayor a question. And, you could see it in his face. I watched the press conference live, and we didn't see this reporter's face, but this showed up. It's a split video. And what it shows, I mean, the look on his face when she deflects and refuses to answer his simple question. Insurrection Barbie says she should resign. This is unbelievable.
My crew and I arrived shortly after it started, and for several hours we watched as hundreds of homes in a neighborhood burned to the ground. We did not see a single fire engine. We watched as Good Samaritans guided traffic. There was fear and there was a lot of confusion. You were out of the country at the time. Shortly after the fire started, a press release was put out warning of this fire behavior. My question to you is, what explains this lack of preparation and rapid response?
Let me just say, first and foremost, my number one focus, and I think the focus of all of us here with one voice, is that we have to protect lives, we have to save lives, and we have to save homes. Rest assured That,
But that did not
rest
happen.
assured, let me finish. Rest assured, when that is done, when we are safe, when lives have been saved and homes have been saved, we will absolutely do an evaluation to look at what worked, what didn't work, and to correct or to hold accountable any body, department, individual, etc. But my focus right now is on the lives and on the homes.
Do you think your leadership was effective while responding to this disaster?
I just said what I believe is the most important thing for us to do.
My crew and I arrived shortly after it started.
Disgraceful. Here's the clip of them announcing the local citizens were the ones who detained the alleged arsonists. Local news.
What we know right now is that the incident started here, and about 30 minutes later, a suspect was detained over in Woodland Hills area by citizens.
So someone purposely set the Kenneth fire?
At this time, that's what we believe, yes.
Do you know how or why they did that?
That I don't know.
Is this a crime scene right now?
Yes.
So everything's closed off?
It's being investigated as a crime.
Being investigated as a crime scene. Now, this was also posted a couple days ago. Mariano Fall. This is Los Angeles, where people set fires during the worst fire tragedy in the history of the state in order to loot. People are lighting fires in otherwise non-burning urban areas of LA. They saw this happen firsthand at 302 Pico in Santa Monica.
Civilians are now lighting. We're at 302 Pico, and people are lighting fires now. You can see they lit a fire. These guys, not all the people there, but some of those guys lit that fire, and these guys they're actually the trees caught fire, and then the palms are catching fire. So civilians are now lighting fires down in the so-called flats around Santa Monica, Venice. So be safe out there. Fire department's been dispatched. We don't have enough water to put this thing out, but we're supposedly on the way.
Now, that fire was put out, and thankfully it was. Here is, okay, so check this out, right? Robbie Starbuck makes a point to note that who in North Carolina is going to step up for these families? Every single elected official should be working around the clock to force FEMA and state emergency management to extend hotel vouchers. Okay, so you got 300,000 people displaced in California. You got Gavin Newsom, who is putting migrants in tent cities. And over in North Carolina, Western North Carolina, you got people about to get evicted from hotels because they're still reeling from that disaster. Where's FEMA? Where's FEMA in California? Where's the money? Oh, that's right. I forgot. They spent it all on migrant camps. Oh, and helping all the migrants go all across the United States. Yeah, that's your federal government. So when real crisis strikes, people like this are screwed.
Still eligible. I'm still waiting on an inspection through FEMA. And I called them yesterday, matter of fact, and she said that, yes, you have an inspection due. Don't know when they're going to contact you. However, your hotel voucher ends on Friday. You have to be out by Saturday.
Mary Jo Tucker was displaced by the storm. She says that she's been waiting for the inspection from FEMA for quite some time now.
And I don't know when they're going to get this inspection done. And I'm just one of very many people in this hotel that is going to be homeless. And I can't imagine being homeless, especially right now with this storm coming in.
Battling with the cold as she describes her struggles to find safe accommodations.
I can't imagine what's going to happen in 2 days, not being able to sleep in a bed or be warm at night, you know?
News 13 reached out to FEMA. The agency would not comment on specific cases, but says if a household has pending inspection, they are still eligible for transitional sheltering assistance. FEMA says that it's taken the agency between 4 to 5 days to fulfill an inspection request. They say anyone with questions should contact the FEMA helpline or visit a disaster recovery center.
I'm still waiting on...
Yeah, sure. Visit a disaster recovery center. Absolutely disgraceful. Here's some footage that's totally gone viral. But Pramila Jayapal, she posted the video. She says, corporations got us into this mess, but even they can't escape the devastating reality of climate change. Yeah, in her mind, this is the visualization of climate change. Yeah, this is all climate. No, it's not. It's not climate change, honey. Good God, these people are out of their minds. Gunter Eagleman responding to her, "You are officially the dumbest member of Congress after this post. Congrats, dipshit." Yeah. I got this shot. Where's this video? I've got that one. Okay, so this was Roger Stone. If you remember, when Donald Trump, he was recently in D.C., and he was speaking to reporters, getting his reaction to what's happening in Los Angeles, and he blasted Gavin Newsom for his efforts to save this fish. This is the fish, the smelt, that they're so concerned about. And Roger Stone made it a point to let us know this is the fish Gavin Newsom burned California down in order to save. Yeah, there it is, folks. There it is. Oh, and then we have this bizarre moment that happened as well.
Madam Vice President, I know you're directly affected, so you fire away. No pun intended.
All right, as the president.
No pun intended. Fire away. Biden passes to Kamala. Fire away. No pun intended. Massive emergency alerts were going out. Cell phones across L.A. receiving emergency alerts for evacuation warnings related to the Kenneth fire in Calabasas, West Hills. And you can see some of these. If you got one, I hope that you listened to it. But these are the fire warnings that were sent out just 24 hours ago. Donald Trump making this post on Truth Social. One of the best and most beautiful parts of the United States of America is burning down to the ground. It's ashes, and Gavin Newsom should resign, and this is all his fault. The West Hills, this is the West Hills fire. But before we get to that, here, let's take a look at LA Mayor Karen Bass. She campaigned on increasing funding for the fire department, and she cut it, though, by $17 million to deal with what? Climate change fires.
Dealing with the fire. We have wonderful goals in Los Angeles and climate change. We're all experiencing the heat. We have fires. We need to increase the fire department. That's another issue in terms of public safety, but also the environment, because one of the reasons why we are dealing with the fires is because of climate change. So
yeah, it's all climate change. It could never be those policies, right? Oh, Not the Bee posted this. This video went viral. The scariest part of this woke nonsense is when this firefighter admits she's not strong enough to carry a man out of a fire, but it's really the man's fault for being in the situation to begin with. Okay? God, I can't even believe the mindset of some of these people. You ready for it? Let's go. Here it is.
Your emergency. You want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to do this? Or, you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire. You want to see somebody that responds to your house.
He got himself in this situation. It's his fault. It's the man's fault that there's a fire happening. And now I got to carry him out. I mean, it's just disgraceful all around. Oh, boy. Here's Donald Trump calling out the mayor, Karen Bass. Fire is spreading rapidly for 3 days. Zero containment. Nobody has ever seen such failed numbers before. Gross incompetence by Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass. And Biden's FEMA has no money. All wasted on the Green New scam. LA is a total wipeout. And we got this. This dovetails to the stuff happening in Western North Carolina. Biden announced funding for California for the next 180 days and says, I believe 75% as per the law and in place for fire damage after the 180 days. Meanwhile, Western North Carolina, FEMA is evicting those impacted by the hurricanes from hotels in frigid weather. Here's Matt Van Swal. He says he can't even put into words how horrific what's happening to people in Western North Carolina. We can't forget about what happened there. We can't. I mean, that Western North Carolina looks as bad as California. And it's the same incompetence in the recovery efforts.
Text I got. I hate making these videos, but what is happening in Western North Carolina today can only be described as mass panic. We have got 3,500 families that are about to get kicked out of hotels tomorrow morning, literally in the worst of the winter storms that we've gotten all year. It's going to be 14 degrees outside. I saw a line for propane a mile long at beloved Asheville yesterday. People just picking up as much propane as they could put in their cars with buddy heaters or portable heaters. I've got negative 20 degree sleeping bags and 4 propane tanks in the back of my car that I'm going to deliver to someone who said that they will run out of propane by the end of tonight. The text I got, literally word for word, is I'm running my heat 24/7 and I can barely keep it at 55 to 60 degrees in my trailer. And propane is such an expensive way to heat something like an RV. These people do not have the money to pay for all of this propane. So please, FEMA, you have got to extend these hotel vouchers at least past this winter storm. We literally cannot have 3,000 families without a place to go in the dead of winter. Like that absolutely cannot happen. You have got to extend them. You just got $100 billion in taxpayer money. You cannot extend hotels for 3,500. Like, you can't do that. Why are we giving you all of this money if you can't do the very bare minimum of just pushing people a little bit past this freaking winter storm? You guys can do it. Do better.
Yeah, do better. Yeah. Don't ask them for anything. They are worthless. Here is some video from a day ago. Fire in West Hills, Los Angeles is suspected to merge with the one in the Palisades, creating an even larger wildfire. freedomnews.tv. Oh, and here's this video. You may have seen this. This is, I think, probably one of the most disgraceful moments for Gavin Newsom, and it should be played on repeat. He's confronted by somebody in Los Angeles, and he goes on to say, "Oh, I'm trying to talk to Joe Biden right now. I'm trying to talk to Joe. I can't talk to you."
Really? Governor, you got a second? Governor, I live here, Governor. That was my daughter's school, Governor. Please tell me what you're going to do. I'm not going to hurt him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of what we can do for you and your daughter.
Can I hear it? Can I hear your call? Because I don't believe it.
I'm sorry. There's literally, I've tried 5 times. That's why I'm walking around to make the
Why
call.
is the president not taking your call?
Because it's not going through. So
Why?
I have to get cell service.
So let's get it. Let's get it. I want to be here when you call the president.
I appreciate it. I'm doing that right now. And it's to immediately get reimbursements, individual assistance, and to help you. I'm devastated for you. I'm so sorry, especially for your daughter. I have 4 kids. Losing the school.
Everyone who went to school there, they lost their homes. They lost 2 homes because they were living in one and building another. Governor, please tell me what are you going to do with the president right now?
We're getting the resources to help rebuild.
Why was there no water in the hydrants, Governor?
That's all literally.
Is it going to be different next time?
It has to be. Has to be. Of course.
What are you going to do?
I'm doing
To
everything
fill the
I can.
hydrants. I would fill them up personally. You know that.
I literally have.
I would fill up the hydrants myself.
I understand.
But would you do that?
I would do whatever I can.
But you're not. I see do you know there's water dripping over there, Governor? There's water coming out there. You can use it.
I appreciate it. I'm going to make the call to address everything I can right now, incling making sure people
I'd
are
like
safe.
to make sure you do. Can I have an opportunity to at least tell people you're doing what you're saying you're doing? Could somebody have a contact? Can I have your contact information?
Right there.
Governor, you got a second?
Yeah. Take my card. He gets into his SUV and runs away. Okay, here's the video I wanted to show you. This is from Patrick Bet-David. I love this guy. Trump blasting Newsom. America's beauty reduced to ashes. It's all Newsom's fault. Even Hollywood Zach Levy is calling out the chaos. Trump warned us in 2018, clean the forest like Finland, but the elites ignored him. This is all on them.
Trump just tweeted out, I think 9 hours ago, 10 hours ago on Truth Social, asking him to step down. You go, one of the best and most beautiful parts of the United States and America is burning down to the ground. It's ashes, and Gavin Newsom should resign. This is all his fault. Resign. By the way, then you have Zach Levi, the actor from Shazam, who was the actor playing Kurt Warner. He's been in a lot of different movies. Phenomenal actor. He goes out there and he says, do we not do an investigation on this? Sure. Don't we find out and see what's going on with this here? I mean, some people have responsibilities on what's going on here. What happened here? How do you get here? Then there's a clip of Trump from 2018 standing right next to Newsom telling him of how this in Denmark, they're able to prevent this from happening. Rob, if you can play this clip, go for it.
It's cleaned out and protected. You got to take care of the floors, the floors of the forests, very important. You look at other countries where they do it differently, and it's a whole different story. I was with the president of Finland, and he said, we have a much different, we're a forest nation. He called it a forest nation. And they spend a lot of time on raking and cleaning and doing things, and they don't have any problem. And when it is, it's a very small problem. So I know everybody's looking at that, to that end, and it's going to work out.
Trump just tweeted out, I think.
So Donald Trump's been warning about this since 2018. And you saw him in that video. He was standing in the ashes of another fire back then. Gavin Newsom hasn't done squat to protect these people. But, thankfully, at least we have a diverse fire department. I mean, I think that is really just important. Battling climate change. I'm so happy that we figured it out, the source of this whole thing. Lack of diversity and climate change. These are things we need to address. Especially saving this fish. I'm going to get to this Adam Carolla bit. There's a lot of cursing in this, so I just want you to be aware before we play it. But there was this. DC Drano posted this. LA fire hydrants don't have running water. There aren't enough firemen because Dems fired over 100 for not taking the mandate. 1,000 plus homes burned, entire neighborhoods wiped out. LA media, LGBT fire chief is proving that lesbians get it done. This is the headline. Amid the Palisades fire, Los Angeles' first LGBTQ plus fire chief is proving lesbians get it done. Well, apparently they don't, because she's blaming the mayor of Los Angeles. Holy cow. Yeah. Okay. You guys want to see this Adam Carolla bit? It is fire. It is absolute fire. And to summarize what he's about to say, and this is a 5-minute clip, but what he summarizes here is that this fire is going to turn this whole blue area red. Because people are going to see the destruction of their progressive DEI ways and their overburdening environmental regulations. And all these rich people who want to rebuild their homes, they're going to have a hell of a time because of all the bureaucracy they're going to have to go through. And it's going to change a lot of people's minds because now they're finally going to have to deal with the policies that they voted for. Watch this. This is okay. Now I'm warning again. There's some cursing in here. And but it's absolute fire. This got 20 million views, by the way.
Because remember, the guys who lost their $20 million homes on the ocean side of PCH will be knee-deep in the permit process. They will be trying to pull permits when the guys in the Winnebagos will have been back for months before those guys ever get a permit. As a matter of fact, good fucking luck, because here's the deal. Alan Hamill and Suzanne Summers moved because they could not get a permit to rebuild their home of 40 years on the ocean on PCH, right? So here's what's going to happen. Let me just give you guys a little primer of what's going to happen. You know how Bill Maher seems real conservative now when he's like arguing with Jane Fonda about regulations, too many regulations, like strangling everything? Because remember, when Bill Maher tried to put solar in his house in Beverly Hills, that's when he turned against the government, because he saw what the government and the overreach of government and overregulation does. He got strangled. It took him 3 years to build a solar shack. He had a whole countdown on his show, day 1,000 since I've got my permit for my solar. He turned. Okay. The people who live in Malibu, who live in Santa Monica, who live in the Palisades, those are some of the most progressive blue voters in the world, or in the United States. They are a bastion of blue. So what those guys did is, all the people in the Palisades, I checked it out. It's about 80% blue, 80% progressive, 80% Democrat. Now, these pussies are all sitting around crying about Karen Bass, water pressure, how come the forest wasn't cleared of all the brush, what's happening with the infrastructure. You guys all voted for Karen Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles. You all voted for Gavin Newsom. And now you fucking get what you get. Oh, now that your house is on fire, well, now you're thinking about something else. Now you want to know what's going on. What's going on around here? You didn't give a shit about what was going on when other people's houses were on fire, but now you care. So here's what's going to happen. All these people who were deep blue Democrats are now going to have to pull a permit to rebuild. And they're going to get the 28-year-old bitch from the Coastal Commission telling them to go fuck off. And then they're going to vote for Trump or whoever's Trumpian next. You see, they're going to get turned. They're going to get turned hard because, as I've always said, live in the rent control apartment in Santa Monica, fine, good. We know how you vote. Go deal with the city. Try to pull a permit. These are going to be thousands of homes, super wealthy people, and these people don't want to live in Van Nuys. They like it where they are. They love Malibu. They love the Palisades. They love Santa Monica. There's going to be a whole bunch of rich people, and they're going to go, I'm rebuilding, and I want to rebuild as fast as I can. And between the part where they go in to the planning commission and plan check and initially and try to pull a permit to the time the first load of lumber, the first load of 2x4s is dropped off on their lot where their house formerly stood, it's going to be 3 years. And 1,000 permits and 1,000 arguments and 1,000 discussions with the Coastal Commission, not to mention little tidbits that they didn't think about, like Carson Daly. You want a swimming pool? Yep. Got to be double hulled. Really? Yeah. Well, why? Well, what if water leaches out and gets into the groundwater table? Carson Daly had to build a swimming pool like a modern day oil tanker. Had to put like a double hulled. That's all right. It'll just cost $500,000 for a swimming pool. Like that, they're going to be, when they start getting the regulation, they're going to go nuts. And when they start running into the bureaucracy and the red tape, they're going to start going nuts, and they're going to vote for Rick Caruso next time because they want to get. That's all Trump says is we're going to pull back the regulations. We're going to free people up. They're going to find out. They're going to get bit by their own snake. They're going to convert. I am telling you, these are the bluest people on the planet, and they're going to be fucking ripshit pissed when the city and the Coastal Commission tell them to fuck off. And by the way, I don't think the Coastal Commission is going to okay anyone rebuilding any of their houses on the coast because they say they're in the business of protecting the coast. They're in the business of getting you to leave. They will get their wish, which is no buildings. And they're going to make it hard for everyone. And then we're going to have to restructure the whole thing because we can't have 9 angry lesbians controlling everything that goes on in Malibu, the Palisades, and Santa Monica.
Oh, yeah. I think he lays it out quite clearly. And this goes back to what I brought up earlier about this Agenda 2028 thing, where they have this plan to make this modern digital city just in time for the Olympics. And this is the woman who's in charge of the water commission there. And Ann Vandersteel says Janice Quinones is the new head of the LA Department of Water and Power. She was recommended to the position by Mayor Karen Bass back in 2024. She makes $750,000 a year, nearly twice as much as her male predecessor. And almost 1 year later, LA is out of water for fighting trees. People are dying. People are losing everything. 52 to 57 billion in property damage. And why? Because the Democrats are down with the patriarchy party. That's why. Well, guess what, Dems? The patriarchy kept the water towers full. The patriarchy kept the water flowing. Has it ever been more clear? DEI equals die. Yeah. So here's more. Oh, Grant Cardone. Did you know this? Grant Cardone is filing a class action lawsuit against Newsom in LA County. Check this out.
And they cut the budget. Elon Musk is attempting to go to Mars, and we can't get pressure and water to a hydrant. We have plentiful water. We're on the Pacific. There's endless amounts of water right there available. And they cut the budgets on the fire department. This is not a new problem, by the way. They're going to try to make this out to be a climate warming agenda.
Yeah.
But for 35 years, you have Santa Ana winds, low humidity, and fires in California, hundreds of them. This was just mismanagement, a lack of priorities. Newsom should resign himself, or the California people should evict him from office immediately. Elon Musk is
immediately. Yeah, and what about all that water in the ocean right there as these fires burn? Like they couldn't figure out a way to get that water pumped out. Well, when you have incompetence running the city, nothing gets done. This is the letter that the fire chief, Kristen Crowley, warned Mayor Karen Bass last month that the $17 million she cut from the department's budget severely limited the department's capacity to prepare for, train for, and respond to large-scale emergencies, including wildfires. Here's the letter. But of course, the fire chief, she spent her money on training for DEI initiatives. Yeah. And now she's trying to blame the mayor. This whole thing is a mess. And then we have this curious video that was posted. I meme, therefore I am, posted this video, says, watch as young punks throw gas containers to fuel the fire. Now, it's unclear if they're attempting to fuel the fire. Now, there was earlier there was a community notes on this post that said that maybe they weren't properly carrying the fuel in their vehicle as they were escaping. And it's very dangerous to carry gasoline inside an enclosed vehicle because of the fumes could ignite. So some people were surmising that they were removing the gas like that. But I don't know why you would remove fuel and throw it onto the side of the road. Like, that just seems completely irresponsible. If you are not properly transporting gasoline in a vehicle, I mean, they're in an SUV, it looks like. You know, you'd think they maybe put it on top or somehow figure a way to put it on top of the vehicle so that they don't have to worry about fumes. But that is a video that was just going viral as well. And we have Ron DeSantis blasting a reporter. Watch this.
To try to create.
It's not appropriate for the president-elect or a president to be criticizing.
Is it appropriate for people in your industry to try to create division and to try to create narratives anytime these things happen? Now, you're not as interested in doing that because Newsom is a D. If Newsom was a Republican, you guys would you would have him nailed to the wall for what they're doing over there. And I know we've dealt with it. We just assume in Florida, anytime something happens, it's going to be politicized by the media. So you guys sitting in judgment of Donald Trump, I mean, excuse me, I think your track record of politicizing these things is very, very bad.
Okay, last question. Newsom should resign and that the wildfires are all his fault. So do you agree with those comments?
I remember when we had the Surfside Tower collapse, I had people from the Washington Post trying to blame me for it immediately without having any facts or anything. Oh, he didn't declare a state of emergency. First of all, state of emergency doesn't mean you can't respond. It's all that. Excuse me?
Biden did it. I think that's what she's saying.
Well, but what I'm telling you is you guys are trying to make an issue of it when I have watched from this seat. In fact, when I got elected governor, I was meeting with some of the other Republican governors, and what they would say is, hey, if you have a natural disaster, just know media's coming at you, they're going to do it. It's not the same. That mayor of LA, if that were a Republican mayor, I could only imagine what that would do. I mean, you know the fires are at high risk, and you try to go to Africa or wherever she was to go on some type of voyage. You should have been there preparing and doing that, and yet I don't see a lot of heat being directed in that thing. And so, I'd like to see some balance on how this is done. You can criticize the president-elect, but I think you also have to hold these other people accountable, and I have not seen that.
Yeah, that's the media for you, though. That's what they do. They deflect. They run cover for the left. If that was a Republican, yeah. How long did it take for Biden to go visit North Carolina? Weeks. Goes to show he doesn't care about regular hardworking taxpayers. The elite look out for the elite. Disgraceful all around. I don't even know how much more I can go. This is just, the whole thing is a mess. But we have hope because Donald Trump will be returning and all this will finally be resolved. Gavin Newsom should resign. The mayor should resign. The chief of the fire department should resign. They should all resign. So the images that are coming out of Los Angeles, they tell a story of a complete system failure. Citizens zip-tying arsonists because the police can't respond. Fire hydrants running dry while Newsom funds tent cities for migrants. A fire chief admitting on live television that her department was set up to fail. But here's what they don't want you to think about. This isn't just happening in California. This is coming to your state next if we don't stop it. The same policies, the same leadership, the same destruction. It's all part of their plan. So here's my question to you patriots. If they can't even keep water in the fire hydrants, how can they be trusted with running our country? Let us know in the comments below. Get your exclusive Mag Avengers gear at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. Show the world that you stand for truth. All right, folks, let's see what's going on here. No super chats yet. That's strange. Over 5,000 people watching. Almost 6,000 across all platforms. Pretty remarkable, to say the least. Wow, amazing. Hey, Craig, what's up? Nebraska, reporting for duty. Thank you, Craig. Dropping $5. You're the first super chat of the night. Thank you, sir. What is up? Friday night with the raw feed. It is great to see you guys all in the house tonight. Okay, let's jump down to the next topic. Brian, let's roll. What happened at Jimmy Carter's funeral wasn't just a memorial. It was a glimpse into the power dynamics that rule this country. Trump and Obama huddled in conversation about a, quote, matter of importance. Michelle Obama conveniently absent on an extended holiday vacation. And Biden barely able to keep his eyes open and suddenly finding the energy to glare at Trump while talking about abuse of power. But here's what everyone missed. This wasn't about honoring Carter. This was about the establishment sending a message. And folks, that message was received loud and clear. And you know what's interesting about Carter's funeral? Everyone's talking about legacy, about aging, about time catching up with us all. And that's exactly why I want to tell you about this breakthrough anti-aging science. While politicians play their games, your body's collagen production is declining 12% every decade. But here is the solution they don't want you to know about. Visit healthwithgary.com now for a revolutionary collagen formula that combines all 5 essential types for maximum results. And if you order today, you'll get 51% off plus free VIP health coaching for life. That's healthwithgary.com. It is linked below. We thank our sponsors for keeping this show going and you. All right. Now, that funeral. So much drama. So much drama. Glenn Greenwald. He had this beautiful take on this whole moment. I think it sums it up. Former President Barack Obama casually and amiably chats with Adolf Hitler as the latter is set to assume power in 11 days, end American democracy, and impose a white nationalist dictatorship. Yeah. Remember, that was the narrative. That was the narrative that we kept hearing over and over and over again. in the lead up to Donald Trump's victory. But look at, just hanging out, chit chat. What are they talking about? Oh, but the drama was thick. Glockford files. Melania Trump knows that she and Donald are surrounded by pure evil at Carter's funeral. Look at her face, man. She knows all of these people. She knows exactly how evil they are, what they have done to her husband and her family. And she has to sit there and endure it. God bless her for having the patience and endurance to go there. Look at her face. She's just, oh, I don't want to be here. You could see it. It's just written all over her face. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man, God bless her and that whole family. I got a warning here for you. Okay. But I think you'll have a laugh. You know, AI video has really changed the game. And the memes that are coming out with AI are just out of this world. Nightmarish, in fact. Now, what I'm going to show you is it's a moment of tension. Clearly, it's a moment of tension. And then that's when the AI kicks in. Get ready for this. Okay. Here's Jill Biden with Joe walking up. And here's the tension. You can see it. Jill Biden doesn't even acknowledge Kamala. But what happens? Oh, there it is, the brawl. Okay. All right. You got to laugh, right? You got to laugh because you know that's really like that's what's happening inside their heads. And AI has a way of bringing it out for us to visualize the look at her. She literally turns her shoulder. Doesn't even acknowledge her. Oh my goodness. Like what the heck, man? Those people hate each other. And here is President Biden. He gave the eulogy for President Carter. They say he appeared to lock eyes in Trump's direction as he declared that leaders must give hate no safe harbor. And the greatest sin of all is the abuse of power. Well, yeah, Joe Biden knows clearly about abuse of power, doesn't he? Watch.
No safe. You know, we have an obligation to give hate no safe harbor. And to stand up to what my dad used to say is the greatest sin of all, the abuse of power. That's not about being perfect, because none of us are perfect. We're all fallible, but it's about...
Yeah. Oh, and here's Joe Biden taking a nap at the funeral. And if you look behind him, it appears as though there's W. Looks like he's taking a nap too. Yeah, it was a big snooze fest over there. And, you know, everyone noticed that Michelle Obama was absent. Johnny Maga, he says that liberals actually applauded Michelle Obama for being the only living first lady to skip the state funeral of a Democrat president, all because Trump was there. Yeah, this is an actual post. Okay. Michelle Obama said, not today. Yeah, like she wasn't going to go because Trump was there. Yeah. Now, everyone's asking about what was said between Donald Trump and Barack Obama. Now, lip readers have come forward and said that Trump 78, possibly weary of cameras facing the pair as they sat shoulder to shoulder in the pews, cautioned Obama that they would have to find a quiet place later in the day to discuss a matter of importance. It's according to a forensic lip reader, Jeremy Friedman. A matter of importance. Now, in my mind, I remember it was another funeral. I think it was McCain's funeral when Trump showed up and he gave everybody envelopes. And nobody knows what was in those envelopes. But when everybody opened up the envelopes, they all had like this shocked look on their face. I still don't know. There's a lot of speculation that people have made. But the fact that he's saying we need to find a quiet place and discuss a matter of importance. What could that matter of importance be? Maybe that he knows that he's about to investigate them all. And buckle up. And here's a little chuckling moment they had. This is Kamala and George W. And Johnny Maga points out that George W. Bush's daughter volunteered for Kamala's election efforts in Pennsylvania. So they're sharing a cute little moment at a funeral, having a good laugh. And this was also another moment that went viral. Kamala looks in Trump's direction and immediately turns away. So here we have, they're all standing there. Barack chatting it up with W. There's Bill Clinton. There's Hillary. Laura Bush. There's Joe and Jill and Kamala. And he looks, oh, there she is. She looks back. Kamala looks back. She sees Trump and she looks away. Yeah, she can't stand him because he whooped her. Now this was another moment. A classless move, Johnny Maga says. Classless move on behalf of Cameron Pence. So this is the first time that Trump and Pence had interacted in years. The first time. He walks in. He sees the inventor of the internet, and then he sees Pence. And look at that. Pence's wife doesn't even acknowledge Trump. And everyone's like, oh, she shouldn't acknowledge Trump because Trump is an insurrectionist and Trump wanted to have a gallows or something, right? No. Yeah. Pence is a traitor. He had the authority to fix that election. He could have sent it back to the states. That's what the Constitution permits. But no, he denied that authority. And of course, he got his 30 pieces of silver for that. This is when with Trudeau saw Trudeau's reaction when Donald Trump arrived. Oh my goodness. Trump's like, there's the governor of Canada, right? Here's another shot of that moment when Pence's wife dodges. A couple different angles there for you. But everyone was asking, where is Michelle Obama? How come she's not there? Well, she was on extended holiday, apparently. Here's an interesting picture, too. You could see, okay, there's Bill Clinton, 2-term president. Hillary Clinton, 0 terms. There's W, 2 terms. Biden, 1 term. Kamala, 0 terms. Barack, 2 terms. And Trump, 2 non-consecutive terms. Again, we go back to this. A forensic lip reader revealed what Trump told Obama. Find a quiet place later in the day to discuss a matter of importance. What could that be? What do you think that is? What do you speculate that is? I do not know. So there's all your drama from the Carter funeral. And apparently they had Garth Brooks singing John Lennon's Imagine. How inappropriate for a funeral. So the political theater that we witnessed at Jimmy Carter's funeral, it tells us everything we need to know about the state of our nation. When Trump and Obama can have a friendly chat while Biden fumbles through a thinly veiled attack, you know the game is changing. Michelle Obama's absence speaks volumes. She was on vacation in Hawaii, then faced the reality of what's coming. And let's not forget Kamala Harris desperately trying to avoid eye contact with the next president of the United States. So here's what I want to know from you, Patriots. What do you think that Trump and Obama were really discussing in that quiet place that they mentioned? Drop your theories in the comments below. And show your support for real news with our exclusive Mag Avengers collection at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. Oh, what's up, guys? All right, we got some more super chats. You guys are firing up. Get those super chats going. I got mouths to feed over here. Deborah Myers, glad to see you on tonight. I pray everyone is doing great. And then she went ahead and dropped another. She says, $5. Thank you. I wish Melania knew how much people love her. She's one of the best first ladies. We didn't have many of them. Lone Wolf. He says, no secret notes passed out this time, it seems. Yep, no secret notes. But let's get to that curious meeting that occurred at Mar-a-Lago. Patriots, what we witnessed at Mar-a-Lago isn't just a series of meetings. It's the foundation of America's next golden age. President Trump, surrounded by Republican governors in what he called a love fest, is methodically laying out his vision. But here is what is really extraordinary. Democrat John Fetterman crossing the aisle to meet Trump. Zuckerberg becoming pro-free speech, and even, of course, the talk of reclaiming the Panama Canal. And when Trump called Trudeau, Governor Trudeau, and suggested Canada should be the 51st state, it wasn't just a quip, folks. That was a warning shot heard around the world. Speaking of political pressure, patrons, let's talk about something that's affecting millions of Americans. I'm talking about blood pressure. While Trump's massive moves are making globalists sweat, you need to keep your own pressure under control. That's why I trust GlycoBoost, this revolutionary formula that helps manage blood pressure naturally using powerful ingredients like white mulberry leaf and cinnamon bark powder. So visit boostwithgary.com for up to 40% off during our special promotion. Take control of your health just like Trump is taking control of our nation's future. That's boostwithgary.com for this exclusive offer linked below. Okay, now before we take you to Mar-a-Lago and also inside the halls of D.C., where John Fetterman was confronted about his meeting with Trump, let's go to Joe Biden. And he's talking about pardons. This just happened about 3 hours ago. Joe Biden, he doesn't show up for the cameras very often. But here he is, a reporter asking him, can you give us a sense as to who you're going to consider giving a pardon to in the next 10 days?
Can you just give us a sense of what other pardons and commutations you're considering in your last 10 days?
Well, the answer is no, because of two things. One is that it depends on some of the language and expectations that Trump broadcast in the last couple days here as to what he's going to do. The idea that he would punish people for not adhering to what he thinks should be policies related to his well-being is outrageous. But there's still consideration of some folks, nothing but no decision.
All right, thanks, everybody.
So Joe Biden's waiting to hear if Trump has any more rhetoric to react to with respect to perhaps Fauci or Adam Schiff or Liz Cheney. Yes, those are names that have been floated as potential pardons. And, of course, Trump believes that Liz Cheney belongs behind bars. Many people believe Fauci belong behind bars. And Biden's trying to deflect, I'm going to wait and see. How dare he? How dare he? If someone goes against his policy. No, he was attacked for years on end. So, you better buckle up and get those pardons ready. And then he had this to say. He actually said he could have beaten Trump.
Mr. President, do you regret your decision to run for re-election? Do you think that made it easier for your predecessor to now become your successor?
I don't think so. I think I would have beaten Trump, could have beaten Trump, and I think that Kamala could have beaten Trump, would have beaten Trump. It wasn't about, I thought it was important to unify the party. And when the party was worried about whether or not I was going to be able to move, I thought even though I thought I could win again, I thought it was better to unify the party. And it was the greatest honor in my life to be President of the United States, but I didn't want to be one who caused a party that wasn't unified to lose an election. And that's why I stepped aside, but I was confident she could win.
You think she should run again?
He was confident, right? No, it didn't happen, though. Those talks about the Panama Canal. Well, it looks like the Kalshi, which is the betting market, Trump's odds of reclaiming the Panama Canal have hit an all-time high of 30%. And Republicans have filed a bill in Congress. If you're following us on X, you would have seen our post on that. So I think, here's the post. Yeah, here's the post right here. Representative Dusty Johnson drops a bombshell, a bill to reclaim the Panama Canal. Trump's backing his move to crush China's grip and take back control of a vital U.S. asset. This is not just economics; it is national security. Here is the bill itself, real short, 2-pager, and it is ready to go to the new Republican-controlled Congress. What is gonna happen? I can't wait to find out. And speaking of all this, there's talk of Greenland, there's talk of Panama Canal, talk of Canada. So we'll take you to Palm Beach. We'll take it to Mar-a-Lago. And then I'm going to show you when the reporters confronted Fetterman about meeting with Trump. I mean, I don't know, man. What is it about this Fetterman guy? I mean, I think he actually is getting better. He's able to speak better. I think he's healing. Thankfully, God bless him. And maybe his brain's getting a little rewired because he's actually starting to talk some common sense. He'll be the first Democrat to go down to Mar-a-Lago, first Democrat senator. Anyway, we'll get to those remarks in a moment. But here is Trump talking at that Mar-a-Lago meeting. Let's just listen.
Happened to Canada. It was stated pretty strongly a couple of weeks ago about Canada, and people laughed. And now they're all saying, well, it's very interesting. And I say from the standpoint of the United States, we're subsidizing Canada $200 and $250 billion a year. We have massive deficits. They've taken about 20% of our car business. I'd rather do it here. We could put tariffs on. We don't have tariffs on them yet, but that will happen. But they've taken about 20% of our car business. I'd rather have it done in Detroit or have it done in South Carolina or any other state that does cars, and we have a lot of them. We don't need Canada for that. We don't need Canada for lumber because we have big forests that we have, not utilized. In some cases, they're protected, which I can take that protection off. And you take down a tree and you grow a better tree. That's, pretty common. But we don't need anything. We don't need their fuel. We don't need their energy. We don't need their oil and gas. We don't need anything that they have. And I said to Trudeau, I said, why are we subsidizing you $200 and $250 billion a year? He said, I really don't know. And I said, well, I don't know either. I said, what would happen to Canada if we didn't? He said Canada would be obliterated if that happened. I said, then Canada should be a 51st state. Damn. And that's where we are now. It was stated.
Damn. Like, he's just straight up saying it. Canada should be a 51st state. And here he is talking about this meeting. He's with all these Republican governors at Mar-a-Lago.
So we had a great meeting with almost every senator, Republican senator. And I would say that, first of all, it was a love fest. This is a love fest, too, I believe. I'll let you know in about an hour. But this is pretty much a love fest. I mean, the governors aren't exactly chopped liver, right? This is a group of people that have done a phenomenal job. And especially when you see what's going on in Los Angeles and all, you look at the way they've run their states, it's incredible. I talk about it all the time. The top 25 states, and I don't believe we have any in the list of crime. So every one of them is a Democrat-run state. We want to get along with the Democrats. I'm trying to be nice. We're going into a new term. It's going to be a great time for them. I'm going to call it the golden age. I believe we have a chance at the golden age of America. But I have to tell you, you look at the crime, it's all on the shoulders of Democrats and the way they run their states. And if these people ran those states, same people, same everything, but you put these people in those states, you wouldn't have crime like that at all.
Yep. It all falls on their shoulders, my friends. And here's Trump on the support he's received from some of the same people who tried to censor him just 4 years ago. Listen.
It's the ring. We've been watching over the last couple weeks, a lot of CEOs, including some who censored you 4 years ago, have been coming down here basically to kiss the ring. Did they change or did you change?
Well, maybe we all changed. I think they've gained a lot of respect. I think they looked at the mandate that we got. As you know, we won the popular vote. As I said, we won all 7 swing states. They said, well, if Trump would win, I had to win 3 because I had a lot of early voting going on, and we had to win 3, and we won all 7, and we won them by a lot. We didn't win them by a little. We won them by a lot, and we won the popular vote by a lot. I think that had an effect. I also think it's like, let's get something done. You look at what happened with Facebook today and yesterday, what they announced. That was a big concession from them. I mean, they went from I call them the unlock boxes. They call them lock boxes. I call them the unlock boxes because they seem to be unlocked a lot of times. But you went from the unlock boxes into a statement yesterday that's really talking about free speech. What a difference that is. And so we appreciate that. But I think they've gained a lot of respect. We've had everybody. Jeff Bezos came, Bill Gates came, Mark Zuckerberg came. Many of them came numerous times. The bankers have all come. Everybody's coming. I haven't had anybody saying anything bad about me. I'm not used to it. But a lot of it's respect. I think they respect the Republican Party. The Republican Party has become a much bigger party. It's become a party for the worker. If you look at all of the union votes that I got, and when I say I, it's really all of us together because it's a whole thing. But we won the Teamsters. We did great with the auto workers. We did, all heavily union and non-union states. We won by a lot. Florida is an example. We won by millions of votes, the highest vote ever gotten. And so it's been a great period of time.
Oh, yes. The golden age is upon us. Here is baby boomer refuge. Trudeau talking tough, says Canadians are better than Americans. His country is a train wreck right now. He'll have a rude awakening on January 20th. Canada's economy is completely unprepared to deal with Trump. And he's praising Gavin Newsom. Trudeau is a total woke globalist loser. Yeah. Trudeau responds to Trump's threat to annex Canada. And here is John Fetterman saying he's going to Mar-a-Lago to be named the Pope of Greenland.
Some news?
Hey, Senator. Yeah. Can we ask you what you hope to get out of your visit to Mar-a-Lago to talk to Donald Trump?
What are we talking about here? Is there some news?
There's some news. We hear that you're going to be heading down to Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yes, I've heard that. Yeah.
What will you be discussing with the president?
Well, yeah, I demand that I need to be made Pope of Greenland.
Do you have the resume to be Pope?
I'm having a conversation like he's the president is going to be. So, I am not the senator for just Democrats in Pennsylvania. I'm everyone's senator in Pennsylvania. And so it's just having a conversation with the president. It's pretty reasonable.
Can we?
I'm going to vote on the Lakin bill, and I was a co-sponsor of that.
Do you think you get the votes for final passage for that?
Can you?
The Pope of Greenland. Oh, he's just trolling the media there. Here is President Trump saying that he appreciates Mark Zuckerberg for becoming pro-free speech.
Statement yesterday that's really talking about free speech. What a difference that is. And so we appreciate that. But I think they've gained a lot of respect. Statement.
I still don't trust Zuckerberg at all. Henry Streeter, read, what a disgrace. Critics blast Democrat senator as he heads to Mar-a-Lago to meet with Trump. Well, why? Why can't he meet with Trump? Why is it a disgrace? You have to have dialogue, and at least Fetterman is willing to have it. Maybe they won't meet eye to eye on everything, but at least a conversation can be had. These people, they just want hatred to permeate. They want division to permeate. At least this guy, and I've been critical of Fetterman in the past, but you know what? He's starting to grow on me. Kind of like him. Never thought I'd say that, but here we are. Oh, and then there was this moment You can see it on the screen. Moments ago at Mar-a-Lago, Trump promises drone disclosure. This occurred right at the end of this meeting with all of these governors. And I'm thinking to myself, and I heard the question, I'm like, damn, finally, we're going to get some answers on this. Because isn't it curious how the whole drone thing just kind of disappeared? Like evaporated? No talk of it anymore, no hysteria. Why? Well, let's find out.
We do in order. A story that kind of disappeared very suddenly. Do you have any idea whatever happened to the drones?
What happened to drones?
Well, you had said that you knew you thought the government knew what was happening with these drones over New Jersey. There were some by Bedminster.
I don't know. They're over Bedminster a lot, so I can imagine. I'm going to give you a report on drones about one day into the administration, because I think it's ridiculous that they're not telling you about what's going on with the drones. And it's not only with me. Glenn was telling me today that in Virginia they have drones all over the place too, and nobody's reporting it. I don't know why they're not. Do you want to say something about that?
Just one quick comment, which is we are home to the largest naval base in the world in Quantico, and we house a lot of the SEAL teams and have a huge national security infrastructure. And now for 2 years running, we have had drone incursion over secure airspace, and we still don't know why. And I think that's absolutely unacceptable. And I think President Trump and the new leadership coming in, I think, will work diligently to understand who's behind this and what we do in order to stop the digital surveillance of all of our secure infrastructure.
Is it dangerous?
Well, I can tell you this. While we were dealing with a terrorist attack in New Orleans, we had drones being flown over our nuclear reactors in Louisiana. And we brought that attention to the FAA. We've been asking the FAA to give these states the ability to mitigate these drones. And it's sitting on some bureaucrat's desk. And that's real.
Nobody knows. They don't want to talk about it. Go ahead, Governor, you were going to say?
I was just going to say we have drones in Wyoming flying over our infrastructure as well. And it's incredibly frustrating that we not only have no way of knowing what it is, but nobody knows how to deal with them.
They don't want to talk about it, and nobody knows why. They don't want to talk about it. That could be us sending drones. I hope that's the case, us doing it and doing research, and maybe they don't want to talk about it from that standpoint. I hope it's not an enemy, but we're going to find out on the 21st, the day after. You have to give me a little time for the inauguration, but shortly thereafter, we'll give you a report on it. We'll tell you exactly what it is. They know, and it's very strange that they aren't talking about it.
A story that kind of disappeared.
So finally, Trump is promising that we will have a full and clear understanding of what those drones actually are. Okay, this is another angle of that of the Fetterman.
Pennsylvania. I am not the senator for just Democrats in Pennsylvania. I'm everyone's senator in Pennsylvania, and so it's just having a conversation with the president.
Just having a conversation. Even Elon Musk says Fetterman is based and truthful. Western Lensman, he was quote tweeting. New John Fetterman says if Democrats can't get 7 votes in the Senate to pass the Laken-Riley Act, then that's the reason why we lost.
To remain like it's really common sense. And I'd like to remind everybody that we have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of migrants here illegally that have convicted of crimes. And why, I don't know why, who wants to defend that, to allow them to remain in our nation? That. And now if you're here illegally and you're committing crimes and those things, I don't know why anybody thinks that it's controversial that they all need to go.
Do you think that this was one of, if not the biggest issue for this election?
Well, I think if we can't, there's 47 of us in the Senate, and if we can't pull up with 7 votes, if we can't get at least 7 out of 47, and if we can't, then that's the reason why we lost. That's one of them. That's one of why we lost, in part.
Go ahead.
Brett, if you think about
Elon Musk, even calling Fetterman based. U.S. Senator John Fetterman, this is what he posted on X. I'm not just a senator for Democrats. I'm a senator for all Pennsylvanians. It's my job to find common ground and deliver results for everybody. And because nobody's my gatekeeper, I will meet with anyone to secure some wins, including President Trump. Chad Pergram, Fox confirms Trump and Fetterman are to meet. And President Trump invited him, apparently. He says, this is his statement. President Trump invited me to meet, and I accepted. I'm the senator for Pennsylvania, not just Democrats in Pennsylvania. So, lots of remarkable things happening. The golden age of Trump is upon us. Joe Biden still thinks he could have won. Kamala could have won. I don't even know how they can say that because they didn't. Finally, we got some disclosure on those drones, though. So the mainstream media, they want you to think these Mar-a-Lago meetings are just photo ops. But when Democrats are crossing party lines, when Republican governors are uniting behind Trump, when there's serious talk about reclaiming the Panama Canal, you know something bigger is happening. Trump isn't just preparing for a presidency. He is preparing for what he calls the golden age of America. And that's happening, friends. The golden age of America is here. And with every meeting, every handshake, every declaration, the global elite are trembling. So here's what I want to know from you, my friends, my fellow patriots. With Trump talking about Canada becoming the 51st state and reclaiming the Panama Canal, which other territories should America bring back under its control? Share your thoughts in the comments. Represent the movement with our exclusive Mag Avengers gear at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. All right, there's quite a few. Whoa, what happened? What? Wait a minute. Wait, whoa. Deborah, great to see you. Thank you. Deborah, again, $5. Lone Wolf, we got that one. Robert Boucher. Am I saying that right? Robbie Boucher. God bless you and your family. Healthy, happy New Year. Thank you. Bobby Boucher. And we have Mary. What's up? What's up, Mary? Dropping $5 in the jar. Sheba Dog, bowing respectfully. Oh, thank you, Mary. Oh, that's so nice of you. And I think I see Angie in the chat as well. Angie is in the chat, everybody. Everyone, welcome Angie. Oh, yes, we do need to get her in here. And I'm already making designs on reconfiguring the studio so that we could have more impromptu moments where Angie could just pop in and say hello. Or maybe have a special guest. Right now, the studio is really configured just for me. It's been that way for a long time. But I think we need to open up this space and make it more inclusive. John Kurtz. Oh, no, wait. Queenick. 2 pounds sterling. 2 pounds sterling. Please buy the UK. We need to be saved from tyranny. Why don't we just invade it or something? No, I'm just kidding. John Kurtz. He just says, stay frosty, y'all. Stay frosty. And those are $5 US from John. And then we got Queenick again. Another 5 pounds sterling. I love saying that. Queenick says, we, the UK, love Trump and want him here too. Pray God protects him. Can you cover the, oh, yes, the stuff that's going on in UK. We need more exposure. Yeah, some of those topics are a little bit too spicy. I'm not even comfortable reading about it. And I've read some of these stories and they are absolutely horrific. But if you follow me on X, you'll see some of my posts and remarks and reposts about that topic. So I'm doing my part in platforms where I think it's more able to be spoken about. Excuse me. So I'm sure you'll understand. Deborah Myers, what? Deborah Myers dropping five Next News Network memberships. Ronald and Kim and Threads of Hera and Peter O and Gary N, all recipients of the members. Wow, 12 new members, and we were at $48.55. Guys, can we try to get can we crack 100? Can we at least crack 100 tonight? then I can, Angie won't make me sleep on the couch. Maybe I could buy her a cup of coffee, or I could buy the kids some breakfast or something. That's what I got to do, and you guys help me do that. I love you. Because Theodore loves his Cinnamon Toast Crunch. But we don't buy the Cinnamon Toast Crunch that's all full of crap. We buy it from like a different store where it's more natural. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's my kryptonite. Ooh, yeah. Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Home Run in Pizza. Oh, man. Have you guys ever had Home Run in Pizza? Have you? Drop a 1 in the comments if you've ever had Home Run in Pizza. I mean, it is the best. And years ago, when we were in a different location broadcasting, many years ago, there was actually a Home Run in Pizza joint that you could walk into and actually buy it. But now you can get it frozen in the frozen section. The best pizza. The best. And if you haven't tried it yet, find it. Get it shipped to you. You need to try it. I don't know what it is about it, but that's my favorite. Okay. Let's go. We got more to talk about. Let's get it. Where are we at? Yeah. Okay. Oh, and the fifth segment tonight is extra spicy. Extra spicy. We got some dirty drama going on in the Illinois GOP. Wait till you see about this. Oh, Kim Solomon. Before I get to that, Kim Solomon just dropped $10. Whoa. Thank you, Kim Solomon, a member as well. She said the LA police just let the arsonist go. That doesn't surprise me at all, Kim. Doesn't surprise me at all. Goodness. And Deborah Myers dropping 5. She got 5 on it. I hope this helps get to 100. Well, we're at 68.55 right now. Wait a second. Another one. Mountain Woman just got, Viv B just dropped, what? 10? Holy cow. She just gifted 10 memberships. How cool. Viv, you are a rock star. And then we've also got Alan Quinn dropping $5. Pair character, keep it up. And then, what? Whoa, dude. Holy cow. $100. Look at that. Wow. Steady Life dropping 100, putting us, we're now at $173 right now. My goodness, Steady Life. Wow. Well, I guess we have a new goal to hit. We'll call it 200. We're almost at 200. We're about 25 away from that. Wow. Steady Life says done deal. Giving and pitching in for those who can't as well. Man, Steady Life, you're awesome. God bless you, man. Okay, let's get to this next story. It is what it is. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, what we just witnessed in Manhattan in a courtroom today, it wasn't justice. It was the desperate last gasp of a dying establishment. They thought they had him. After all the lawfare, all the political persecution, Judge Merchan finally had Trump in his courtroom for sentencing. But something remarkable happened. No jail time. No fines. These are the same people who have spent years trying to destroy him, and they couldn't even get their pound of flesh. But of course, they did get to put a scarlet letter on him as a felon. But here's what the mainstream media won't tell you. This is not just about Trump. It's about their entire system of control that is crumbling. Speaking of fighting back against the rigged system, let me tell you about something they don't want men to know. While we watch Trump stand strong against political persecution today, millions of American men are having their strength drained by something they eat every day. It's not what you think. This common food is destroying testosterone levels all across America. So visit sculptnation.com/NNN to discover what this testosterone-killing food is and how avoiding it could transform your energy and vitality. Don't let them weaken you. Take control of your masculine energy today at sculptnation.com/NNN. It is linked below. Okay, what? Oh my. We just got $100 from Ruby Sue. Whoa. Sorry. Okay. Last night at Mar-a-Lago, President Trump spoke to Peter Doocy ahead of today's sentencing, and this is what he had to say.
The real vote. Yes, President Trump, just a few minutes ago, the Supreme Court ruled they are not going to slow down the sentencing. It's on for tomorrow. Now what?
Well, they called for an appeal, and as you know, they acknowledged what the judge said about no penalty, and there's no penalty. But we're going to appeal anyway, just psychologically, because frankly, it's a disgrace. It's a judge that shouldn't have been on the case. He's a highly conflicted judge. And they called for an appeal. So I read it, and I thought it was a fair decision, actually. So I'll do my little thing tomorrow. They can have fun with their political opponent. As you know, I'm under a gag order from a judge. This is the first. This was an attack of a political opponent. And if you take a look at it, I'm not supposed to be talking about it, so I won't. I'm the first president and probably one of the first candidates in history that's under attack with a gag order, where I'm not allowed to speak about something. And they ought to find out what that's all about. And this is a long way from finished. And I respect the court's opinion. I think it was actually a very good opinion for us because you saw what they said. But they invited the appeal, and the appeal is on the bigger issue. So we'll see how it all works out. I think it's going to work out well. We beat Jack Smith. He's back, I hope, at The Hague, but I don't think he should be there either. He puts people in very bad positions, like giving people death penalties. I will tell you, Jack, he is a disgrace. We won all of those cases. We won most of the other cases where they're limping along. We've had a lot of lawfare. These are all people that understand what's going on here very badly. This was an attack on the Republican Party. This was an attack on the Republican candidate who just won an election by record numbers, the highest number of Republican votes by far ever gotten. And we won all swing states, 7 swing states. We won the popular vote by millions of people. And that was the real vote. And I said it a long time ago, the real vote is that. And they tried to stop that from happening. They tried to stop this election from happening, or to bloody somebody up so badly they couldn't win, and the people got it. And again, we won by the largest number. Nobody's ever seen anything like that. It was conclusive. It was a massive, they say, the most consequential election in 129 years. And these people, the people know everything that you're asking. They've been studying this for 2 years as it went along. And hopefully it'll never happen again, an attack on a political opponent. So Peter will be appealing the decision.
Yes, President.
They will be appealing decision. Here's Trump War Room earlier today on Rashawn. He says, "It is the citizenry of this nation." Wait till you hear this. This is Caitlin Collins over at CNN being forced to report this.
Citizen. Most interesting statement from Judge Merchan just a few moments ago before he left the bench was acknowledging Trump's election win. He was saying, ordinary citizens don't get these kind of legal protections. It's the office of the presidency that is bestowing these to the office holder. And he said, it is the citizenry of this nation that recently decided that you should once again receive the benefits of those protections, essentially acknowledging that, yes, because Donald Trump is going to be inaugurated in a few days, that is changing the sentencing here. Most interesting.
Yeah, buckle up. There's a new sheriff in town. Here is Carrie Kupek discussing as they walked into the courtroom. Let's listen in.
Himself, and then of course we heard We heard from the lead prosecutor, Joshua Steinglass. We heard from Todd Blanche, Donald Trump's attorney, who is set to become the #2 official at the Department of Justice in just about a week from now. We heard from Donald Trump himself, and then, of course, we heard from Judge Juan Merchan. Donald Trump, I thought, gave a pretty effective statement where he said, quite simply, I was indicted because my accountant labeled legal expenses, and that's why I'm here. He said this person could have labeled them concrete or electrical or anything like that. They didn't. They were legal expenses because they were payments to a lawyer. They were logged as such, and now I've been indicted. He also talked about Michael Cohen. He said how he was a disbarred attorney, but yet he was allowed to speak as if he was George Washington. He pointed out from the screen that he was speaking from, he saw into the courtroom, and he could see Matthew Colangelo, who used to be a top senior official at the Biden Department of Justice, who left that spot, took a pretty big career downgrade to go join Alvin Bragg and prosecute Donald Trump. He pointed him out and said, this is evidence that the Department of Justice was involved. That was his perspective. And then he said, and I thought this was a very effective line, he said, speaking to Judge Merchan, he said, people watched the trial in your courtroom and the people voted decisively. I won all 7 swing states. And, as he was saying that, I was thinking about, as I walked into the courtroom, that the only protesters, per se, who were here were Trump supporters. And even as I'm standing here right now, I'm looking into a square and I'm looking at people holding Trump flags. I'm looking at a person who has a sign that says, enough is enough. We voted. We don't want this lawfare anymore. And I will note on the audio playback that we're about to get from the court, and so everyone will be able to hear for themselves, it is noteworthy that during the trial, there was no audio, there were no cameras, but for this particular sentencing, Judge Merchan agreed to have audio. I can't help but think it's because he wants the world to hear his voice sentence Donald Trump, because we were not able to have that before. But this is how these things go. So we heard.
Wow. Unconditional discharge. Here's President Trump's attorney weighing in, Todd Blanche, addressing the court.
A lot of what the government just said presupposes that this case is legally appropriate and that the charges that were brought by the people were consistent with the laws of New York. Again, we very much disagree with that, and as everybody has been noted, because it's true, we certainly intend on appealing that. And it's not, by the way, just counsel and President Trump that feels that way. There's many, many, many legal experts that share the same views that I just said, which is that legally this case should not have been brought, both based on the facts that were established at trial and also on the legal basis for which they were brought. But it's also not just the legal experts, not just counsel, and not just President Trump, but the majority of the American people also agree that this case should not have been brought. I mean, the interesting thing about the fact that there was a trial for the first time in our history, a criminal trial during an election season, is that the American voters got a chance to see and decide for themselves whether this is the kind of case that should have been brought. And they decided. And that's why in 10 days, President Trump is going to assume the office of the President of the United States. A lot of what the
Suck it! Trump's coming back. He can be president. Steve Cortez posted this. It was a screenshot of Kevin Ken Dilanian, and you can see his handle there clearly states that Ken is a member of NBC. And the screenshot reads, now you can call him a convicted felon. Yeah, that's what they want. They want to put that scarlet letter on him, calling him a convicted felon. Steve Cortez makes a point to say, no matter how much you hate the corporate media, it is not enough. They show their true colors time and time again. And this post is evidence of that. Oh, Donald Trump, not punished for his criminal conviction in the Manhattan hush money case. The judge declined to sentence the president-elect to prison or impose fines after a jury found him guilty of 34 felony counts of business fraud. Breitbart News says years of corrupt lawfare, throwing anything at the wall that they could. Today, they finally get their pound of flesh. Brendan Dilley, the head of the Dilley meme team, Warlord Dilley, man, those guys, the memes those guys put out are fire. Okay. He says Judge Merchan's a communist dick. Nothing he does or says today will matter after the case goes through the appeals process. As we showed you at the very beginning of this segment, Donald Trump's already said they're going to appeal this thing. Dilley says this entire farce is nothing more than an event to give the mainstream media and Democrats a narrative to push for 4 years, but it won't work because no weapon formed against him shall prosper. Amen. They haven't learned yet. They just haven't learned. Every single thing they throw at this guy just bounces right off of him. He is the Teflon Don. So they want to slap the name felon on him? Sure. You could do it. You could slap it on him. And then he's going to appeal. Then he's going to win. And then he's going to be president. And everyone's going to be going to the White House. They're going to be going to Mar-a-Lago. They're going to be kissing the ring. Just like Zuckerberg and all the other billionaires. Now, prior to the sentencing, let's see. Let's see what this is. Laura Ingraham. Let's see what she had to say here.
Jonathan This is a Fox News alert. The Supreme Court has just denied President Trump's application to stay or halt his sentencing in that Manhattan case, which will now happen tomorrow. It was a 5-4 decision with Justices Thomas, Alito, Gorsuch, and Kavanaugh dissenting. That means Amy Coney Barrett went with the majority. Jonathan Turley will join us in moments on that. But first.
Okay, so what's interesting about that? See, Trump sent it up to the Supreme Court. And the document, I was showing this to Angie. Here's the document. This is what they filed because they were trying to get the sentencing thrown out. They didn't want to go to court today. They don't have to deal with the stuff, the felony label and all that. But I was pointing this out to Angie. This is the filing. And it's so historic what it shows. I mean, the fact that you have in the Supreme Court of the United States, President Donald J. Trump, the applicant, versus the people of the state of New York by Alvin Bragg, acting Justice Juan Merchan of the Supreme Court of New York and New York respondents. On application for stay of criminal proceedings in the Supreme Court of New York County, New York, pending the resolution of President Trump's interlocutory appeal on presidential immunity. So they're trying to hold this off because there's still this discussion of presidential immunity. Because don't sentence. Let's wait for this other court to rule on presidential immunity. But no, they went ahead anyway. Application for a stay of criminal proceedings in the Supreme Court of New York County, New York, pending the resolution of President Trump's interlocutory appeal on presidential immunity. The significance of this document, this is history. You're looking on the screen. This is history. Never in the timeline of this great republic have we ever seen anything like this. You are living history right now. You are watching it unfold on this screen. You're part of it. I mean, the fact that we are living through this moment, people are going to talk about this moment for decades and decades. They're going to study this moment. This document on the screen right here is going to be part of that. Where a president-elect, look what it says there. It's at the very top. President Donald J. Trump had to file with the Supreme Court to stop these crooks from throwing the book at him for a fake trial to try to stop him from becoming president again. Do you guys recognize the significance of this historic moment? Look at that. Just look at that for a minute. This is history. Good Lord. Wow. And then the Supreme Court said, nah, we're not gonna go ahead and run it. The Supreme Court denied Trump's motion to block the sentencing. Mike Davis wrote this: Dear Supreme Court, Judge Merchan is allowing audio in the court. He allowed nothing during the trial. The only reason for this, obviously, is so the world can hear Merchan sentence Trump. If that doesn't scream everything you need to know about this case, I don't know what else does. And then here's this case. This is Simon Ateba. This is the official document that the Supreme Court said that Trump should be sentenced tomorrow. The application for stay presented to Justice Sotomayor and by her referred to the court is denied for the following reasons. What were those reasons? First, the alleged evidentiary violations of President-elect Trump's state court trial can be addressed in the ordinary course of appeal. So they're saying, oh, you can be sentenced, and then you can just address it through appeal. That's their ordinary course of the flow of justice, I guess, if you will. So, yeah, just sentence him, he'll appeal it. And that's what Trump's going to do. But they still were allowed to brand him a felon, and that's all you're going to hear from the mainstream media and all the left-wing politicians celebrating he's a felon, he's a felon. Like I just showed you, that NBC guy. You can now call him a convicted felon. Second, they said the burden that sentencing will impose on the president-elect's responsibilities is relatively insubstantial in light of the trial court's stated intent to impose a sentence of unconditional discharge after a brief virtual hearing. Oh, okay, so, it's not really a big burden at all. It's relatively insubstantial. Justice Thomas, Alito, Gorsuch, and Kavanaugh would grant the application. The application for stay presented to Sotomayor by her referred to the court is denied. Yeah, it's denied. So, yeah, they can call him a felon. But you know what? We don't care. But check this out. Okay, check this out. Pay attention. Okay. This guy's been on fire lately. Stephen A. Smith. Now, I used to play his clips because he would just make outrageous statements from the left perspective. And I'd always hit a counterpoint on whatever he's saying. But this guy's waking up. This guy's waking up, man. Okay? Check this out. Wait to hear what he has to say. This guy, he goes nuclear on the Democrat judge for moving forward. The Democrats are waking up. They see through it. This is all backfiring. It's backfiring bigly. Huge. Watch.
Juan Mershon. You might be surprised with what I have to say about this.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
This is the kind of stuff that just validates assertions about stuff being politicized. Boom. Maybe not specifically with Trump, but the suspicion definitely is there. What is the purpose of this? Is he going to jail? Is he going to jail? You going to get a fine? We got to sit up there and go through all the pomp and circumstance when you know you're not going to do anything. He was certified today as the next president of the United States of America. Come January 21st, he will be sworn in as the 47th president of the United States of America. But you want to sentence him. You're Juan Mershon. Who is he? The state Supreme Court justice in New York. You want to sentence him next Friday. And by the way, what is the sentencing about? Because see, we got to be real about it. We just got to be real about it. 34 felony counts. It sounds very, very damaging. It's a hush money case. Essentially, the case against Donald Trump is that he is alleged to have engaged in relations with a former porn star, and he made efforts involving finances to keep her mouth shut. That's what all of this is about. You know what some people said to me when they were talking about this? They said, could you please tell me what's the difference between this and somebody signing an NDA? I don't know the answer to these questions. I'm just telling you what people's thought process is. And you might be surprised.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. Stephen Smith, man, he's waking up. And, of course, prior to all this, you knew this was going to happen. DA Alvin Bragg, he responded to the Supreme Court with a motion to deny. Mike Engelman says, in my opinion, I don't believe Judge Rashan is holding a sentencing hearing for Trump not sentence, regardless of his earlier statement. Rashan has gone rogue in defiance of the Supreme Court, and now they must step in and stop this attack on the Republic. Well, the Supreme Court did not. Here's that document again. Trump, of course, asking the Supreme Court to block it. I mean, like, here's something curious. This was Trump's appeal published at SCOTUS, requesting a delay in the sentencing. They used a sentence in here. I was like, this is like down the rabbit hole, like literally. Jack Lee points out that the classic phrase was used, sentence first, verdict afterwards, quoting the book Alice in Wonderland. Trump and his team were quoting Alice in Wonderland in their appeal. Trump. The New York court's insistence on holding a criminal sentence before Trump's appeal on immunity are resolved reflects the justice of the Queen of Hearts, who said sentence first, verdict afterwards. L. Carroll, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, 1865. The fact that they would quote Alice in Wonderland in this just shows you how crazy this all is. So, the deep state threw everything they had at Donald Trump today. A politically motivated judge, a gag order, unprecedented for a presidential candidate, and a media circus ready to pounce. But just like every other attempt to stop him, this one failed spectacularly. Trump, he rose more powerful than ever, with supporters waving flags outside while his opponents scrambled to explain their latest defeat. And remember, folks, this isn't just about a court case. It's about the establishment's desperate attempt to stop the inevitable. So here's what I want you to think about, patriots. Why do they rush to sentence Trump just days before his return to the White House? Share your theories in the comments below. Stand strong with our exclusive Mag Avengers gear at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. It is linked down below. Wow, we are now at $319.51. You know, guys, I want to tell you something about the importance of super chats. That is your ability to directly fund this show, this whole operation here. And, I saw there was at the beginning of that segment, there was $100 super chat that just came in. And Mike Sherman just dropped $19.99. Who gave that other one? Who gave the other one? Let's see. This is Mike Sherman. Before we start, I'm gonna make sure I gotta refresh this screen because it's getting super laggy. But the importance of these super chats is this. This is your way to fund this operation here. And oftentimes these streams and these videos, they get demonetized. That means we have no way to earn revenue to fund the studio and keep going. And you guys have come through like tenfold in the past. Anytime we've done emergency fundraisers, and we could not do this show without you guys. So when you give those super chats, and this stream gets demonetized, like it like supersedes that censorship apparatus of the algorithm trying to shut down our ability. So it's so important, and it's such a blessing when I see it happen. And I don't think you guys I can't say you don't recognize it, because I just want to impress the importance of it, because it's remarkable that you guys have the ability to send in these super chats. Mike Sherman, 1999, thank you. Resines, $5. God bless you. Thank you. Wilson, $4.99. Wow. Thank you so much, Wilson. And then there was another that someone gifted. 27 new members have joined, and because people are gifting memberships. This was from Gen X Gray, gifting 5. Power Lady 1 says, I watch you and Benny Johnson. Thank you for providing Class A news. Well, thank you, Power Lady. Thank you. And then again, here's Deborah Myers, $10. Hopefully this helps to 300. Love, lots of love to you, Angie, and the family. Thank you for your time and getting info to us. And then Studio 530, $5. Free. Curio 23, $5. Breaking news. We have some breaking news from Curio. Breaking news. Local man has created a reverse origami. More on this story as it unfolds. Mac and cheese dropping 99 cents and 3 evergreen trees. I'm not sure what that means, but thank you. And then this unexpected Ruby Sue dropping $100 27 minutes ago. Like what the heck was that? And then Steady Life, we're now at $329. Maybe we'll hit $350. Italian Goddess is back. Number one fan. $9.99 for that. Thank you, Italian Goddess. And I have to say that my Greek goddess is watching. But I do love Italians. Their character jumping up and down saying, number one fan. Thank you, Italian Goddess. And I know Theo's watching right now. And, Theo is very thankful. He's my youngest son. And Theo is the one who loves the Cinnamon Crunch cereal. Daddy, can you bring me some Cinnamon Crunch cereal? Oh, here he is. Here's a picture. Here's Theo. I don't know if you guys can see this. There's my boy right there. There's little Theo. Oh, man. I love this little guy. I love all my boys. Man, God bless him. Theo, we got money. We could buy your cereal now. Oh, Celeste, $2. Thank you, Celeste. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. We're at $341 on a Friday night. Let's run this Friday all the way. Can we get let's go to 400. Let's try to go to 400. We're at 341 right now. Okay. Okay, this is the next story. And I want to make sure. Wait. Would be great support in Queenic dropping 2 pounds sterling. Would be great. What is he saying? Support would be great. Support the stuff going on in the UK. Yeah, that stuff's whatever's going on there, man. It's nasty, and I'm glad that Elon Musk is bringing super high visibility to that, putting a lot of pressure on those criminals you guys are dealing with. You got to just move to the U.S. Whoa, Viv B. Wait, whoa. Viv B dropping another 10. Oh, she gets it. Viv gets it. Oh, she gets it, man. She says, Gary, thanks for wading through the social media muck so I don't have to. Plus, my trucker hubby is only home every 2 weeks, and it's frozen tundra outside. Thanks for the good company, everyone. Oh, Viv. Wow. Yeah, well, he's only home every 2 weeks. Man. Those truckers, man. They're the lifeblood of this nation. They really are. And I remember in my early days of activism, we would pass out DVDs. I would hear stories of my DVDs that were being distributed through by truckers. They had, because we would give them out and we'd give stacks to people, and they would like go to truck stops and they would pass them to each other. And I would get stories of all my DVDs being distributed across the country through all these different trucker networks. It was the coolest thing. It was super cool to hear that. Like, I get emails from truckers like, "Yeah, I got one of your DVDs at a truck stop, man." And the whole thing, the whole idea was, once you watch it, once you know it, you got to give it to someone. You got to keep passing it forward. You got to keep paying it forward. Pay the truth forward. That was long before we had the advent of streaming and YouTube and all the stuff that we do now. But those are some awesome times. Okay, we got to get to this next segment. Okay. Oh, there's hell breaking loose in Illinois. Buckle up. Buckle up. Discus Macabre, $5. Thank you. $5. You guys are doing great work. Thank you. Okay. Did Theo hear me talk about him? Just message me and let me know. Okay. What's happening in Illinois right now should send shivers down every conservative's spine. GOP leader Tony McCombie isn't just voting with Democrats, she's taking their money and silencing anyone who dares to question her. We're talking about a so-called Republican leader who voted to force insurance companies to cover, ready for this? Cervical exams for men and prostate exams for women. Yes, you heard that right. And when conservatives like Thomas DeVore called her out online, what did she do? She blocked them, deleted their comments, and tried to hide behind accusations of fake news. But tonight, the money trail tells the real story. And you know what's really being attacked here, patriots? I'm talking about our American values, just like our American bees. While rhinos like McCombie betray conservative principles, our bee populations are facing their own crisis, but the patriots at Patriot Bee Best have a solution. For less than 17 cents a day, you can help restore America's bee population and support this show. Visit patriotbeebest.com and use code NEXTNEWS for a 25% discount on your monthly subscription. Join the hive of patriots fighting to save our bees and our republic. Catch the buzz at patriotbeebest.com. It's linked below. Okay, here's the headline. This is straight from the Illinois Review. We have some allies over there. Love those guys. This is the headline. I present to you the Illinois GOP. Illinois House GOP leader Tony McCombie joins the woke left, supports insurance coverage for men's cervical exams and women's prostate screenings. Oh, and when that article came out, it kicked up a lot of dust in Illinois. And I made this is satire. I want to make this very clear. This is satire. Following the groundbreaking move towards inclusivity, the Illinois GOP has announced a new logo for the rebranded organization. Illinois GOP Queer and Trans Progress, now adopting the acronym ILGOPQT+. Yeah. And if it wasn't for AI, I couldn't make these. Yeah, that's your Illinois GOP. That's your Illinois GOP right there. So, what happened exactly? Oh, it's bad. It is bad, bad, bad. Now, here's what's awesome. Roger Stone's on this, okay? And Mark Vargas, my buddy, he's on it too. Mark Vargas is now co-hosting with Roger Stone on the Stone Zone. Excellent choice. Now, if you don't know who Mark Vargas is, I've played some clips of his in the past. He's been here in studio. Mark Vargas is the man who orchestrated the pardon of Roger Stone. He orchestrated the pardon of Rod Blagojevich. I mean, he is friends with Donald Trump. He is in the inner circle. He's a former DOD official. He actually served in Iraq. And the story he told me one time is that he actually swam in Saddam Hussein's swimming pool after it was captured. I'm like, what? This guy swam in Saddam Hussein's swimming pool. Anyway, that's just some backstory. But he went on the Stone Zone and broke it down about the GOP leader, Tony McCombie. Listen in.
Association. Roger, Illinois Review broke a story late on Sunday, and this is where you have sort of the never Trumper rhino wing. But we put out a story that has Illinois Republicans going nuts, and that is that the Illinois House Republican leader, Tony McCombie, sided with the Democrats in 2023 and voted for a bill that expands healthcare coverage for transgender and non-binary individuals. We did a follow-up story to ask the question why, and yesterday we published a story that answered the why, and that is because around that exact same time that she abandoned her own Republican caucus, where 98% of her own Republican caucus in the House of Representatives voted against this measure, she voted for it. Why? At the same time that she was supporting this bill, she received $47,500 in campaign donations from the Illinois Hospital and Healthcare Association, who at that exact same time was pushing and lobbying to expand patient rights for transgender and non-binary individuals. And so it's a remarkable story. And her response, Roger, her response initially was to deny that vote ever took place, and then to say that only, and what's interesting is that this bill, Roger, and you're going to find this as a head scratcher, she voted for it to allow men to have pap smears and women to have prostate exams. I mean, it's just mind-boggling. And though she tried to defend and say, well, only women can have pap smears, well, why did you vote for a bill that changed the language to allow all individuals that can have pap smears and prostate exams? And so her messaging strategy has been all over the map. It was to deny, and then now to saddle up and to dig in her heels, but really has the conservative grassroots, Trump Republicans in a total frenzy here in Illinois, and she's in big trouble.
Another great story for the Illinois Review. Folks, I urge you to check out the Illinois Review. Where can people go to do that, Mark?
You can go to illinoisreview.com. You could also follow us on X and on Facebook. Roger.
Okay, so if you guys want to follow this story, you need to go there, follow them. Now, as of this posting, it is unclear. We're not sure what pronouns GOP leader Tony McCombie uses, or if they have declared an official gender as of yet. What's clear is that with a name like Tony, it could be anyone's guess. Now, here's where it gets even crazier, folks. Now, she's feeling the heat. I just found this out a couple hours ago. Illinois GOP leader Tony McCombie is feeling the heat after being exposed for silencing critics like Thomas DeVore and pushing leftist policies. This video reveals McCombie was in tears after the articles detailing her actions went public. Facing a wave of backlash, she ended up canceling a planned bus tour, avoiding the very public she claims to represent. Seems McCombie can dish out censorship but can't handle accountability. Her actions are sparking outrage among conservatives demanding leadership with backbone. Oh, now this is where she plays the victim. Ready?
You know the demand. Many of you know, sorry. Many of you know the demands it takes for us to be here. And it takes a toll on you and It's hard.
Oh, how hard is it? How hard is it to accept those donations? Here we find out. You ready for this? This is where it gets wild. Now she's being sued because she went into damage control mode and she allegedly started deleting comments. Yeah, she started deleting comments on her Facebook page when people started to question. Bad move. You know why it's a bad move? Thomas DeVore pointed this out. Yeah, public officials cannot block or suppress comments on social media when discussing government business. Justice Amy Coney Barrett's SCOTUS ruling makes it clear. Once they use their account for public duties, it becomes a public forum. And he had a scathing Facebook post. This is a public post. You can go find Thomas DeVore on Facebook if you're there, and you can read it in full. And he also posted this. He highlighted this WTTW article. A bombshell Chicago alderman. This is where the law is really against Tony. Chicago alderman Jim Gardner forced to pay $157,000 after a federal judge ruled he violated the First Amendment by blocking critics on Facebook. The court made it clear public officials can't silence dissent on social media. It is illegal. So there is precedent here. And she is in panic mode because of it. Now, let's dig a little bit deeper. Because there is a thread that was posted by the Illinois Review just 7 hours ago. Buckle up, because this is spicy. Illinois Republicans, brace yourselves. Your House GOP leader, Tony McCombie, recently sided with Democrats to pass a law forcing insurance companies to cover cervical exams for men and prostate exams for women. Yes, this is real. So let's unpack this insanity. You ready? Okay, here we go. House Bill 2350 doesn't just stretch reality, it snaps it in half. It mandates annual cervical exams for all insured individuals, not just women, and prostate screenings for everyone, not just men. Biology, science, completely ignored. Every Democrat predictably voted for this, but shockingly, GOP leader, wait till you see what I'm about to share with you. Oh my goodness. Follow the money, baby. Follow the money. That's all you got to do. That explains everything. Explains why she voted. Every Democrat predictably voted for this, but shockingly, GOP leader McCombie and two other Republican leaders, Noreen Hammond and Jeff Keicher, joined them. This was not a mistake. This was a deliberate surrender to radical gender ideology. The Freedom Caucus representative, Jed Davis, didn't hold back. He posted pap smears for men and prostate exams for women, now law in Illinois. But even ChatGPT knows this one is nonsense. He's right. Even AI understands biology better than Illinois lawmakers. But why would McCombie, a Republican leader, betray common sense? Follow the money. The Illinois Health and Hospital Association, a woke organization pushing transgender policies, donated $42,500 to McCombie's campaign right around this vote. $42,500 for a local race. $42,500. And that's not all. McCombie took $119,000 from the National Education Association, the same group that endorsed J.B. Pritzker, pushed pandemic mandates, and crafted radical sex ed standards teaching kids about hormone blockers and gender identity. Oh, and here's point 7. Parents across Illinois are outraged. Over 500 school districts rejected this extreme curriculum. Meanwhile, McCombie is cashing checks from the very group that designed it. So the question is asked, who is she working for? Point 8. And let's not forget her record. When President Trump visited Illinois in 2018 and 2022, she was nowhere to be found. At the 2023 State Fair, she even said, "Why is it all about Donald Trump?" Maybe it's because he fights for conservatives, something that she is afraid to do. Point 9. Where's point 9? Now, caught in this firestorm. What does McCombie do? She attacks the Illinois Review, the state's largest pro-Trump conservative news outlet, calling it fake news. Sounds like she's reading right from the CNN playbook. So let's be honest, this bill was never about cancer screenings. It's about forcing the far-left gender ideology into health care. That's why nearly every Republican voted against it, but McCombie sided with the Democrats. Why? Why? Point 11. The timeline tells a story. Buckle up. Here it is. The timeline tells a story. December 2022. McCombie gets $5,000 from the Illinois Health and Hospital Association. March 2023. She votes yes on HB 2350. October 2023. Another $20,000. December 2023. $12,500. June 2024. $10,000. A total of $42,500. And who is this hospital group? They host webinars on sexual orientation and gender identity, pushing pronouns and gender-neutral medical records. This is who bankrolls the GOP leader in Illinois. You can't make this up. Money talks, right? Point 13. Where's point 13? These are out of order. I'm not sure why. McCombie's ally, GOP conference chair Jeff Keitcher, defended his vote by saying if someone can't figure out what sex they are, they shouldn't be denied access to cancer care. When a female voter called him out, he dropped the F-bomb and hung up. That's the definition of leadership in Illinois. McCombie's pattern is crystal clear. Betray the voters, collect woke donations, and then attack conservatives who question her. She's taken nearly $170,000 from radical organizations pushing far-left policies, and she's supposed to be a Republican. No, I believe we call those rhinos. And Illinois is full of them. Point 15. Oh, and McCombie isn't struggling financially. She rakes in $145,000 a year, $52,000 more than a regular legislator just for being minority leader. Meanwhile, the average income in her district, $45,000 a year. Nice gig if you can get it, right? Point 16. When she was cornered, she scrambled. First, she ignored the voters, then her staff denied the vote ever happened. Then she spun it as cancer care. Finally, she smeared conservative media. Clearly an act of desperation. Point 17. Now, she's being sued. Uh-oh. Former AG nominee Thomas DeVore is taking McCombie to court for blocking him on Facebook after he criticized her vote. She's literally silencing conservative voices, and that's exactly what Democrats do. Oh, man, what a mistake that was. She is going to get roasted in the court. Yeah. So that's point, was that point 17? Where's point 18? Point 18. Bear with me. I'm getting there. All right. Deleting comments. Blocking critics. I mean, you're deleting comments. You're a public official. You can't stand the heat on social media. Delete the comments. God. Deleting comments, blocking critics, and smearing conservative media is not leadership. It's cowardice. McCombie is terrified because she knows she can't justify her betrayal. Point 19. Where is it? Illinois Republicans. Is this the leader you want? Politician who votes with Democrats, takes money from woke groups, ignores Trump, and silences conservatives? McCombie has sold out, and it's time to face the truth. So, remember, this is bigger than one bad vote. It's about a Republican Party infiltrated by politicians more loyal to woke donors than to conservative voters. Illinois deserves leaders who fight, not fold, and it's time to hold McCombie accountable. And that's what we're doing here. That's what the Illinois Review is doing. That's what Roger Stone is doing. And that is what we need to do. We need to hold these politicians accountable. No. We need all rhinos outed. And with this vote and with the donations that were made to her campaign, it is 100% clear who she serves. And it is not the people of Illinois, not the Republican Party of Illinois, not the conservatives of Illinois. And you know what's interesting? It's not just in Illinois. Brent Money, who's in Texas, he's experiencing something similar. He posted this. I guess he was on War Room with Steve Bannon. In Texas, he said, we have a small group of Republican members trying to form a majority Democrat coalition to elect an establishment Republican, Dustin Burrows, as Speaker. And several of these Republicans have financial ties to BlackRock and Vanguard. So he went on with Steve Bannon to lay it out. So the establishment is in overdrive. The rhinos are out in force. I'm going to retweet this or repost it, as they say. You can go to my X feed and you can watch the whole thing. But it is like a cancer spreading through the Republican Party. And it needs to stop. Because this is what the Illinois GOP is going to look like, folks, if we don't stop it. It needs to end. So, she could cry all the tears she wants. You know, I mean, even when I watch it, I'm like, oh man, this really sucks. You know, because, you know, it's an emotional thing. You know, I'm an emotional guy. I see it, and I'm like, oh man, poor lady. But I'm like, wait a minute. She's crying because she got called out. Well, you know what they say? If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. So the numbers don't lie. $47,500 in woke donations, $145,000 salary, a voting record that would make AOC proud. Tony McComey isn't just another rhino. She's the perfect example of what's infiltrated the Republican Party. Taking money from organizations pushing gender ideology, voting for biological absurdity, and then censoring conservatives who dare to speak up. But now, thanks to Thomas DeVore's lawsuit, the truth's coming out. And McCombie, well, she's in tears, canceling appearances, hiding from the very public she claims to represent. So here's what I want to know from you, patriots. How many other GOP leaders are taking woke money while pretending to fight for conservative values? Call them out. Call them out in the comments right now. And rock your patriot pride with our exclusive Mag Avengers gear at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. Bam. Wow. I can't wait to send that to my boy Mark and Tom, all the guys at the Illinois Review. Shout out. Make sure you follow them on X. Okay. Let's see. We got some super chats come through. Joey Morrow, 199. What's up, Joey? Joey, baby. Show that. Show it. There it is. Alice Cersei. She says, okay. Okay, the kid picture. The kid picture. The kid pictures got me. I got grandkids. Oh, Alice, thank you. $9.99. I should show more kid pictures then. No. All right. Queen Nick, drop another £2 sterling. We want Trump, but the U.S. medical needs overhaul. Don't it, though? Dolores McCartney dropping $1.99. Thank you, Dolores. Thank you, Dolores. All right. Let's check in with the main news feed and the main chat. I know you guys are like, but you're only reading super chats. You don't even talk to us anymore unless we pay you. No, I love you guys. Okay. Sunchase Man, I missed that. What was that? Joy the Wrench. RTW, my favorite Bible promise. LOL, that's a lot of them. Whoa, way, oh. There's a lot of them, Gary. Rhinos are just an undercover communist operating for the Democrat Party. Love the hat, says Michael. Thank you. Joey Bag of Donuts time 1,000. Haha, Joey Bag of Donuts. Curfew in LA, says David Gray. Yeah. Heather Reeve, what are you going to say? What's you saying, Heather Reeve? Gary with the funnies. Flo B, South Texas. What's up, Flo? Danny Link, Joey, the prostate denier. Ides of March. What's up, Ides? Gary makes the hat look good. RTW Rex status. Group up, folks. Go back to church. Join one. Group up. Lean on the Lord for your understanding and pray for Trump. Amen. Wasn't thinking what you were thinking, but that's pretty funny. Let's see what else. Wow. Hang on. God don't make mistakes. Amen. Trumpy Bear. Hope so. We love you, Gary. Pothead Candy, what's up? What's up? What's up? We love you, Gary, Angie, Brian, and all the N3 staff. Thank you, Pothead Kenny. What some says, I would love to donate, but I don't know how. Well, let's see. Yeah, if you want to stop the ads, you can join YouTube Premium, and the ads will stop. I think it's like $10 a month or something. Oh, is that right, Brian? If you become a member? Oh, cool. I didn't know that. If you become a member, you don't see ads either. That's awesome. That's even better. Okay. Ides of March says I would donate, but I don't know how. Well, look in the description of the video and you will see links. There's a PayPal link and there's a Give Send Go link, and you can make a donation that way. We get that 100%. Super chats come through. We do have to, YouTube takes their pound of flesh from that. So if you want to donate direct, see, I don't see those things, so that happens in the back. But super chats I see, and it allows me to interact and read your comments, and it's a way to help interact better with you guys. Okay. Let's see. We have $375 in super chats. My goodness, 27 new members. Okay, $25 is all we need to hit. We need $25. We just got another two. $23, and we're gonna hit 400 tonight. Let's do it. Let's do it, guys. Can we do it? Big Dog Blackie. Hotez. Pandemic on the 20th. Drones exposed U.S. tech. We're going to see. We're going to find out. We've been covering Hotez, what he's been saying. Wilson says that he's famous already. Keep going, Raisiness. I have tacos. Ooh, tacos sound delicious. You know how I like my tacos? I get the like a Genio 99% lean turkey, ground turkey, and I use that. Put some taco spice in there, cook it up, and then maybe cook like a pound or two, and then I eat it throughout the week. And then I use like keto tortillas, which are freaking amazing. And then I get some hot sauce or some sriracha, get some good mozzarella cheese or something like that, and then make a nice burrito. Maybe get some avocado, some sour cream. Oh yeah, baby, let's go. Now I'm hungry. Crispy Critters got fish on Friday. On YouTube, your chat. On YouTube, what? On your chat box, bottom right, there's a $sign. Click that. Oh, you can do that too. If you watch YouTube through the Brave browser, you won't get ads, okay? But ads do support this show. Remember that. Smells like 7 layers, says Danny Link. Hubby's home tomorrow, so I'll be cleaning the house. Oh, Viv. Deborah Myers, hope to reach your goal tonight. $5 from Deb. What's up, Deb? Where is it? I didn't show up. There it is. There it is. There it is. I got to pop it. Where is it? Oh, man. It's just a burrito. What? Let's get Gary to 500 Italian goddess. Man, that'd be nice. Where did it go? I saw that super chat. There it is. Deb Myers on screen. for the world to see. Hope it helps you reach your goal tonight. Thank you, Deb. Thank you. And Craig, what's up, Craig? $5 from Craig. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for what you do, Gary. God bless everyone. And Craig is a member as well. So nice of you guys, man. Angie, we're almost at 400. Almost at 400. Let's hit it. Let's hit it. Fetterman has shown himself he could be the Kraken. Vote Democrat because LA hasn't all burned down yet. Ooh. Oh, Heather Reeve, you heard more about missing nuclear material? From where? Interesting. Yeah, we got to keep an eye on that. No one sees my comments. No? I just saw it. I just saw your comment. No one sees my comments. No. Who was that, though? It went by so fast I couldn't read it. I make my own flatbread, says ER. Winnona's Winnona's got a big brown beer. Oh, yes, I know that song. Okay, where's I just saw it. I saw the comment. Tuna and mayo. White guy tacos. Where did it go? Anyway, I saw your comment. I'm looking for your comment. Oh, goodness. Let's see here. Gary, meet us at Applebee's. You funny guy. You're so funny. I can't even read these comments. Okay, I'm trying to get them. Oh, what is this? Italian Goddess, $9.99. We are now $3 away from hitting 400. Hercules. All right. Let's see. Another distraction. Let's see. Sunchase Man. Love it when you're up and happy, says Cynthia. Yeah, I have my moments. I do. Oh, it's been a long week. Yesterday, man, I tried so hard to put a show together for you guys, and it was not easy. James Woods is still standing. Mary, what? His house is? I thought his house was burned down. What's my favorite burger? Spaz? My favorite burger, man. That's a good question. I like, let's see. Well, I like Five Guys burgers. I think those are great. So if I have the time, I will get some ground beef, some good ground beef, and I will season it really well, and then I'll put it on my smoker. And I'll smoke it. I'll low and slow smoke it. And, for a couple hours. And those burgers have so much flavor. But I guess, Five Guys is good. I mean, if you're going to do like a fast food burger, I think Culver's is, I would go Five Guys, Culver's. Then I think I'd go Wendy's. And then I would probably go Burger King and then McDonald's. That's how I would probably rank them all. Yeah. Let's see. What do we got going on here? I remember what? Oh, man, I can't even. I'm trying to remember the guy's name, Gary. Okay, Heather. 8 eggs fried in beef tallow. Well, that sounds good. Gary is an every guy, only better. In-N-Out Burger. See, Jet, I don't get out west, so I don't get the In-N-Out burgers. But when I've had them, they're great. They're definitely good. Tommy's Burger. Hardee's. What are you guys saying? In-N-Out. You guys, I mean, I don't have enough In-N-Out, Oh, we got some super chats. We're at $412. My Lord. Good. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, where are we at? Trump dance time you want to see. Man, sure you. Okay, let's see. We got sure you. and dropping $2. Gonna be Trump dance time. I'll do Trump dance for free. Bobcat, $5. Deborah, wow, $3. Thank you. Bobcat, $5. Thank you, Gary. God bless everyone. Alaska Night, MAGA, $5. Thank you. So cool. Okay, let's go back to the comments. And I know I've got to get these. I gotta check the feed to see what people are saying. Oh man, Sean Farash is talking about Star Wars on X. Goatee, Arby's got the beefs. You know, Arby's is actually not bad. I like their beef and cheddar sandwiches. Those are good. Big Boys in the 90s and Spencer in Pasadena. What? Susie, are you serious? Did that just really happen? Let's see if we can help you reach 500 from Rumble that came through. Whoa. Wow. Okay, so if we add in that 50 from Rumble. Wow, we got $50 from Rumble. That like never happens. Okay, so we're at 412. We just got hit 422. So now we're at almost 475. So we only need 25 more, and we're gonna hit 500. You guys are wild. Wow. Prism Wizard. I was like, because I looked at the 50 that popped in. Thank you, Prism Wizard. $10. Lemon character holding hands with the gratitude on his face. Thank you. I saw that 50 come through, and I said, it didn't register. I'm like, how come it didn't register? I thought it was like a fake something. And then I saw it was from Rumble. How cool. Oh, Dolores. 1999. You got a special burger? Gary got you a special burger? Oh man, I'm so hungry right now. Dolores, lemon character, bowing his head while spreading hearts with his arms. You know, I know there's a burger. Oh, I know what I'm missing. Okay. I know what I'm missing. Meatheads. Yes. Meatheads. Meatheads burgers. There's one in Northbrook that we used to go to when we lived out there. And that burger, like, you could order as many patties as you want. And I remember asking them what the record was for burgers. And they said it was like 10 burgers. I'm like, give me 12 burgers. Stack it. And they gave me a burger with 12 stacked. And I ate the damn thing. Alice, 1999. Whoa, hey. Ho, 500 pound. So we're at 462 plus that 50 from Rumble. We are at 500, over $500. Wow. Yeah, we did. Mary, look it up. Meatheads, I think it's like more of a local place, a local to this area. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. It makes me so hungry right now. But, you know, hey, okay. Well, speaking of Five Guys and In-N-Out Burgers, check this out. This is, can we bring up the triple box, Brian? I can never find that one. Where's triple box? Triple box. Brian, where's triple box? There it is. In-N-Out Burgers, we're finding out, is giving out free meals to firefighters at select locations in California. MAGA Voice reporting. God bless this family-owned business. Thank you, firefighters. Please enjoy a complimentary meal in appreciation for serving our communities. That's awesome. Dude, I'm so hungry right now. Okay. Let's see what the comments are. Way to go, In and Out. So freaking awesome. This is fantastic. I love this. We need more. Blessings. Literally makes me so happy. Yeah. Here's Sean Farage talking about the sequel trilogy. Oh yeah. You want to talk? You want to talk about something? Man, I could talk about Star Wars all day long. Sean Farage says, and if you don't know who he is, he's the guy who does the really good impersonation of Trump, like the best one. He says, Rogue One was the last good Star Wars movie. The sequel trilogy is getting worse over time. The opposite can be said about the prequels, especially Episode 3. Original trilogy is obviously the GOAT. Disney did a disservice to what was an incredible franchise. Yeah, Disney really screwed up. Disney really screwed up with all the woke garbage they put into it. You know, Trump says everything woke turns to shit, and that's exactly what they did. They turned it. I mean, The Last Jedi, there was so much, like, kill the patriarchy stuff in there, destroy the patriarchy. Admiral Holdo, I mean, was the depiction of your purple-haired feminist. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And whatever, just a mess, the whole thing. And then they had to scrap the original writers of the final episode and bring back J.J. Abrams. Now, I'll say this, The Force Awakens with J.J. Abrams, I thought that was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It really felt like an old school Star Wars movie, with Han Solo, and they're going to go and take this planet and this big crazy Death Star times a million. It had a lot of fan service in it, and J.J. Abrams I think did okay. And then you had the Last Jedi, which didn't make any sense when they're going to a casino planet, and it's just ridiculous. They're running out of fuel and space, and it's just ridiculous. The whole premise was ridiculous. And then they had to bring J.J. Abrams back to fix it. But then they turned Rey into a Palpatine, Senator Palpatine's or Emperor Palpatine's granddaughter. This crazy cloning story. And Admiral Snoke or whatever his name was completely, like, his whole character was like it didn't even matter who this guy was. And his character was completely pointless when they killed him in the Last Jedi. Like, they build this character up in the first sequel, in The Force Awakens. They build up this character. Who is this? Why? Where did he come from? Why? And then they kill him off in the second one, and then they bring Palpatine back in the third. Like, what are you doing? The whole storyline was completely screwed up. They should have built up Snoke with this, menacing backstory. I think that would have been better. In my opinion, that would have been so much better. But then they turned Snoke into this, and then they gotta go into Mandalorian, and they gotta retcon the whole thing and explain how Snoke was just like this cloned character. Like, you see all these like Easter eggs in the Mandalorian series. Come on, man. Like, the Mandalorian series was awesome. Book of Boba Fett was pretty cool. I thought my son hates the Obi-Wan series that they made. I thought it wasn't so bad. I thought it was pretty good. But what they did, like, I didn't watch The Acolyte. Like, that just looked like a bunch more woke nonsense. But I am actually watching Skeleton Crew with my kids. That's a new series that had just come out. And guys, I'll tell you this, listen. Yeah, I've got a Disney Plus account. All right, I do. And I basically only have it for the Star Wars. But Skeleton Crew, if you guys like Goonies, remember the Goonies movie? It's like Skeleton Crew is like Goonies and like Stranger Things in a sense, but in space. It's like Goonies in space. And I thought that was really cool how they did it. And we're still watching it. And actually, I think we have an episode to catch up on. But Rogue One was awesome, for sure. Rogue One was awesome. Solo sucked. Solo just sucked. I think that their choice for Han Solo was bad. I wish it didn't even look like Han Solo. Like, even the facial structure didn't even look like Han Solo. Like, what were they thinking? Yeah, but Skeleton Crew is very cool. It's fun. You know, there are some like patriarchal undertones with like some of the female characters. Like, I can see it. Like, you know, one of the main characters is like, she's the captain, right? It's one of the kids. I can see what they're doing by putting these female characters in a position. It is what it is. But anyway, it's a fun show. Man, I want a Star Wars for how long? What's going on here? Okay. All because Sean decided to post this 20 minutes ago. I went on a 20-minute rant about Star Wars. Okay, where were we at? Return of the Jedi for the win, for sure. The Schwartz Spaceballs! Give me Spaceballs, baby. I love Spaceballs, for sure. Darth Helmet. Oh, man. Well, you know, Spaceballs, they are making a new one. They are making a new Spaceballs. They're making a sequel. The Search for More Money. What else? Let's see. Chewie is Alex Jones. Barf! William Joseph's like, I guess no more news. Well, I'm still... Okay, listen, we're going to get to that. I should be focusing on... I got to get back with... Oh, darn it. Okay. That was an almost... Oof, okay. Look, I got to go, guys. I got to take care of something here. Where are we? Okay, guys, you're awesome, man. We hit over $500 tonight, 27 new members. And may the Schwartz be with you. All right? Okay. All right. Show closer. And there you have it, Patriots. What a night we've had here on the Raw feed. From the ashes of California to the halls of justice in Manhattan, we've exposed the truth that they desperately want to hide. We showed you how Democrat leadership turned Los Angeles into a burning wasteland, fire hydrants running dry while Gavin Newsom worries about misinformation. We took you inside Jimmy Carter's funeral where the political elite couldn't help but show their true colors. Obama and Trump's mysterious conversation, Michelle Obama's convenient absence, and Biden's thinly veiled attacks. We revealed the power moves at Mar-a-Lago that have the establishment trembling, Trump's meetings with Republican governors, Fetterman crossing party lines, and yes, even the bold plan to reclaim the Panama Canal. Then we witnessed the deep state's latest failure in Manhattan, where their desperate attempt to sentence Trump backfired spectacularly. And of course, we exposed a shocking betrayal in Illinois, where a GOP leader took woke money and tried to silence conservative voices. But none of this would be possible without you, our loyal viewers. Your super chats, your Rumble rants have been absolutely incredible. 467. We actually were $500 tonight. So special thanks to all of you. Your support keeps us fighting, keeps us digging, keeps us exposing the truth they want to hide. And speaking of support, Patriots, we do need you now more than ever. The forces trying to silence us are getting desperate. So hit the donation links in the description. Every dollar helps us stay on air and helps us keep bringing you the real news that matters. And don't forget to visit our merch shop at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. Our exclusive Mag Avengers collection is flying off the shelves. Show the world you stand with real news, real journalism with the Raw feed. Tell your friends about us. Share the stream. Text in the link. We're breaking through the algorithms. We're breaking through their censorship, their control. But we do need your help to do it. Remember, we're live bringing you the stories they don't want you to hear. So follow us on Rumble, on X, subscribe on YouTube, and don't miss a single episode of the Raw feed. In just 10 days, Donald Trump returns to the White House, and the real work begins. The golden age of America is within our grasp, but we need to stay vigilant, stay informed, and stay united. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Gary Franchi, and this is the Raw feed. God bless you. Have a great weekend. And God bless America.